Well, definitely want to thank everyone for joining us on the stream. I know it is very, very early in the AM with some people. Central time is 2:24 a.m. I think West Coast will be about a little bit after midnight. I think on the East Coast, like 3 something in the morning. They're going to be people that's mad at me because they're going to say, I didn't know I missed the stream. Well, this is for my late night people that want to stay up, just up with me. So, thank you for joining us tonight just on this impromptu stream. Now, let's talk about Christmas. A lot of people celebrate Christmas, and many people who are Christian and some people who are not celebrate Christmas. And my thing is this. If you celebrate Christmas, what makes it horrible is the commercialization of it. In the retail industry, they use this time of year to make up all their money. So that's why you see all the push for people to buy things. It has nothing to do with the birth of Christ. It has something to do with commercialization. Jesus was a great man. He was a great brother of African descent, and he preached the word of truth, and his words will save you. There's nothing wrong with looking up to Jesus and actually following his words. If you follow his words, you won't have many troubles in your life. And that I can tell you, Jesus was a good black man. He really was. So there's nothing wrong with celebrating his birth. Now, was he born on December 25th? No. But that's just a day that you set aside to celebrate the birth of Christ. Because some people feel that, well, he would, we shouldn't be celebrating this day or celebrating it at all. Jesus never said to celebrate his birth. No, he did not ever say to celebrate his birth. He actually told you to remember his crucifixion, not his birth. But anybody who's great, we always remember their birth. Even you have a birthday. People remember your birthday every year. So if they remember your birthday and you haven't done the things that say Christ has done, then why can't you celebrate his birth? So it's nothing wrong with that. For this time of year, I like when families get together. I was just invited to some brothers and sisters' house, and had a great time. We was all talking and sharing and just laughing, having a good time, and really enjoyed myself. You get what I'm saying? And I wish we do more of that every week, not just Christmas or Thanksgiving, but family get together, enjoy themselves. Because see, I grew up like that every week, all the family come to the house and it just big meals and, the kids running around, adults, talking, the men watching football or whatever else. Of course, we boycotting NFL this year. But this would happen that will be going on growing up, and just families were together. And as things have progressed more along in this country, especially with black folks, we are less and less together with our family, and family has been a nucleus of the black community. Family sticking together has got us through the worst of the worst in this country. And for us to not be close with our family or not even want to make families, we feel we have made it if we're just dating a certain person, or if you're having sex with a bunch of women, or you can get whatever you want out of all these different men. That's not an accomplishment. That is actually sad, because most people who don't have anyone, they really feel it this time of year. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. It's the day you really feel the coldness of being single. There are a lot of people that say, well, shoot, I want a family. I want to be married. I don't want to be single all my life. And we do need to talk about that, because, the relationship in our community with black men and black women must be talked about. Because if we can handle that relationship and we could heal that relationship, then when people talk about all the interracial dating issue, it won't be an issue anymore, because it's like people want to address the byproduct of a problem. If the problem is relationships between each other, and then the reason why people do more of that interracial dating is because our relationships just isn't right. We're not willing to talk about the real problems. Nobody wants to accept responsibility. Nobody wants to get on board. Everybody wants to be right. And that's the biggest problem with black folks. You want to be right for everything. You don't want to be in a follower position. What do I mean by follower? Not everybody's going to be the leader of everything, because everybody feel they got to lead it all. In life, you got people who's going to lead certain things, basically people with the vision and the plan, and it's up to others to help execute that plan. Even the person who's so-called leader, isn't going to actually execute every single thing. It has to be other people coming together to do that. So we need to address all that, and I'm gonna get to a lot of things that we do need to actually start having some action with, because without action, hold on, he clearly isn't bad. He said it's getting. No, I'm not. No. I don't bash anybody's. I don't bash anybody's holidays. And I just said at the beginning that Jesus was a great black man. So I don't know what y'all talking about. You know, if you don't want to celebrate Christmas or no holidays, do that. That is up to you. I don't hate you for it. If you want to celebrate, I don't hate you for it. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to get involved with all that mess. I'm saying this. We have work to do in our community, and y'all argue about stupidity. Holidays is stupid to argue about, in my opinion. We have way too much work to do, and I'm going to get to what we need to work on, because I'm not going to be sitting here wasting my breath, wasting my time, just talking, and nothing's getting done. Because if I'm going to waste my time talking, then we need to stop what we're doing, and then I'll just worry about my personal life, and that's just it. You know, because why put myself out there where people recognizing who I am and seeing me and whatever else to speak about things, and then if others don't care to fix it. I'm not about that. I'm not about that in my personal life. I don't just talk in my personal life. I act. My whole life is built around a plan. I make plans. I execute my plans. That's the way I work. That's the way I've always worked. I don't do good with just haphazard living or not having a plan. And in our community, we need to do that. We need more organization, more than ever. And some of y'all, we're going to have to understand going into 2018, you're going to have to get it in your mind. Okay. Some of you have a bad mentality. If you want to save all the black people you can, it's not going to happen. In 2018, you must say, I am not going to save none of them that don't want to be saved, period. We have to let them go. We have to cut them off the tree. Like they say, if you have a rotten apple or a rotten piece of anything, it's going to spoil the bunch. We have to start cutting these people off. It's just that simple. You can't take everybody with you everywhere. Not everybody is meant to be in the promised land. Understand that. Y'all have a mentality in the black community that you want to take the worst of the worst with you that don't want it. And then that's why we're stuck or we're stuck in. And some people are so pro-black that they're stupid. Because how is you so pro-black? And I don't like, the reason why I use the term pro-black is because people has made up that term. I think it's so silly that they even use that term. You should be automatically for yourself. That's all you're saying. Pro means for, black, well, you're obviously black. So you're pro your community, pro yourself. Why you got to tell people that you're that? That's just automatic. When you wake up in the morning, you should be pro yourself and pro your community. But that comes from people not having an identity. So it's not all your fault, but some people are silly with that. They are so-called pro-black, but when it comes to actually doing the work, they're not. If you tell them, let's start shopping with, black people, they're going to fight you. But they're extremely pro non-black in their spending habits. I tell people, if you want to find out if somebody is truly so-called pro-black, look at how they spend their money, who they invested with, who they help, who. That tells you how so-called pro-black that they are. I had one comment, I will never forget that comment, was talking about me with this shirt on that I have right now. And they said, man, how you wearing that shirt? That shirt is expensive. I said, wait a minute, this shirt costs the exact same amount of money as a polo shirt. I wanted to support a brother I see black folks walking around with polo shirt every single day. Y'all don't go tell Ralph Lauren it's too expensive to wear those clothes. Y'all buy them. You don't go tell Nike it's too expensive for those LeBrons or Jordans or anything else that you're wearing. You don't tell Apple those phones are way too expensive. Black folks got iPhone 8. Black folks got iPhone 10. You know, anything that's out there, black folks got it. The latest phones, the latest clothes, the latest shoes. Black folks, I'm telling you, black people ain't broke. Not by a long shot. And we all know this. That's why I won't accept that attitude and accept people pole mouthing with us in the community. Is some of us down in our luck? Yes, some of us are. But we spend way too much money as a community for me to accept that black people is just poor. Now, do you have poor thinking? Yes. Do you have poor spending habits? Yes. Do we do things poorly in our health? Yes. But we're not a poor and wretched people like some of you like to pull mouth and do. Because if we was a poor and wretched people, then these people wouldn't be collecting over $1 trillion a year from black folks. If we were so poor. I don't have a moderator, but some things I just don't tolerate in my chat room, and if that's how you feel, then let me go ahead on and hold on, let me find you right here. Let's go ahead and block you. Let's see, no, I'll just block you. I ain't gonna time you out. If you got a problem with a black owned company, or a brother trying to do something, and you talking about you gonna unsubscribe behind it, I'll just block you. You don't have to ever come back. I just put it like that. I'm just not gonna. I don't tolerate all that, because you don't say, oh, you wearing polo, oh, you wearing what's some other brands that y'all wear? I don't even wear brand names like that. Whatever brand it is that's not black owned, you wear it. You don't say nothing else. So I can't deal with those kind of people. I can't. I won't deal with those kind of people. We have too much of that in our community. It's that. But anyway, well, you know what? That Real Brew, why don't you? No. You have a show. You have a channel. That's another thing I'm going to tell y'all too. Don't come tell me what I should be doing. You do it. You do it, because there's too many folks that want to depend on other people. No, I encourage any person, if you're talking to me on this channel, then you have a channel. If you think something a certain way, then you present it. That's your passion. That may not be my passion. The thing is, some of you don't understand that when you have a platform, at least the size of ours, you have people of all groups who is watching. So some of the people in this country, the majority of black folks, are Christian anyway. So you're not going to push that away from them. Just like you got some people who was Muslim or Nation of Islam. Some people are atheists. Some people are Orthodox Jew. You know, some people are a lot of things. They watch my channel. I've met them in the streets. That's how I know who's watching. So I try to be just a person that cover all bases. And as I said in the beginning, I don't hate nobody that follows anything. I don't. I'm worried about more the important things. But some of the work we need to get to. Let me stop talking to commenters. Let me check what people are saying on Facebook here, because I ain't checked what they had to say. Justice Smith, I don't know Lonzo Ball to talk about him personally. I don't know their family personally to say I like them. I like what LeVar is doing. He's trying to do some groundbreaking things. He's trying to come out with a new basketball league. I see the lane he's going, because I see the bigger picture. The problem with black folks, and black folks need to change this in 2018. You need to understand and see the bigger picture, because black folks usually only see far as what this pen that's in my face. As far as a lot of you see, you don't see moves you could make today that could affect you 5 and 10 years from now. And you also got to get in the mind of legacy. Because a lot of times black folks don't have that. So you need to set yourself up. So now when your kids be good with your kids. Lonzo Ball and you know, the rest of them, They kids. I was their age once, and so they gonna make all kind of changes. They gonna make mistakes and everything else, and they should be allowed to make those things. You understand what I'm saying? This is how come you hate them because. Okay, so let me get back here. Now, the black community gonna have to address a lot of things. Action. Let's talk about a lot of things before we will take some calls. Tonight we'll take some calls. We're gonna have to address crime in our community. We can't. Obviously, the Caucasian police is not going to solve that problem in our community. They always in the black community, and they don't do anything about it. Black community is the most over-policed communities out there, and the crime stays the same or is worse. So obviously, the police is not going to do anything. We in the black community, the collective of black people, must say that enough is enough with crime. Yes, I understand people need jobs. I get that. But when you got illegal immigrants crossing that border and going get jobs over American citizens, then no. There's people that grow up poor in our community every single day. There are people that don't have. But the fact is, some of these guys are doing what they're doing, dealing drugs, being a part of gangs, shooting up innocent people because they don't want to be broke. They don't want to go and work a job and then eventually have a business or get an education. They wanted the quick way. They want to impress the hyenas. And that's another thing. We have to stop accepting thug and hood rat behavior in our community because that hurts us as a community. They are a part of the people that we have to say we have to let them go until they want to change themselves. You can't carry them kind of people. You talk about Black Wall Street. Are you going to bring the thugs and hyenas to Black Wall Street with you? Are you going to let the thugs go there and destroy that too? Are you going to let the hyenas just leave their house dirty, have all kind of thugs all over the place, waiting on the white man to give them a check? The Republicans talking about doing a welfare reform. They about to cut the hell out of that. Y'all who's on that welfare as a career. I'm not talking about people that's, in a situation and need temporary. Listen to the word I just used, temporary help. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about those 5 and 10 and 15 and 20-year welfare recipients. If I was the president, I wouldn't let you be on welfare that long. That's too doggone long. The most I would let you be on it is 18 months. I mean, at the most. And my way of doing welfare is anybody can get welfare in this country as long as you pay taxes into the system 2 years or more. If you're not paying taxes, I ain't giving you crap. That's how I would do it. How you going to pull on something you're not putting into? I don't understand that. They got people that lose their jobs every single day, and they can't get on welfare just because they made a certain amount of money. But then you got some people that's on welfare and they walking around with iPhone 10s. You don't supposed to be walking around with no iPhone 10 and on welfare. So of course the Republicans are gonna come after anybody that's on that. And for some people say it's more white folks, man, I don't care what they doing. I'm talking about what we doing. And we need to stop looking to them every time somebody say something. Looking just like how we talk about racism, they want to deflect to something else. We as black folks deflect to them. Oh, well, there was more white folks on. I don't care. That's them. They own it because they choose. Let me tell you something. It's worse that they own it. They got a whole system that benefits them and they still own it. I mean, shoot, to me, that's a waste of white. That's how I look at it. You got white privilege and you still not doing good. I don't get that. I don't. But we have to address all that. We can't take a criminal element with us into anything good because they're going to bring it down. Some people in our community are downers. We have to accept that. It's not hating your people to say, I don't want criminals around us. No, it's normal to say you don't want criminals. It's normal you say you don't want all the ratchetness around. You want that to influence our children? They sit around all day, the good people going to work, the good people running businesses, and then they just plotting when people leave to steal their stuff? We can't accept that. And I said a long time ago, we may have to leave them where they at and go somewhere else. We're going to have to do that. Stop trying to save Pookie and Ray Ray. They don't want to be saved, because if they wanted to be saved, they know exactly who to come to. They know where you talking at. They know where you at. They just don't want to, because they chasing a dollar that's a trap, because they got a jail waiting for them, or they got some rival gang member or drug dealer kill them, or the police will get them and they'll lock them up 30, 40 years somewhere in a private prison. So no, we can't accept that. Laziness, that's another issue that we have to stop accepting in our community. You know good and well, we get people in the hood that don't work a job, don't do nothing, or don't have a business, don't do anything. Lazy, sorry. Here's what we would call them sorry. We have to stop accepting that as okay in our families. We have to start setting a standard in our families that, just like a lot of Nigerian parents and a lot of African parents do, you're not going to be around here not having a job or education. You're not going to just sit around. You're not going to be a thug and be accepted into this family. And a lot of African families feel that way, that if you are a thug, they kick you out. They don't want nothing to do with you because you're embarrassing the family. In the black community, we feel going to jail is a great thing. You're respected in the black community because you went to jail. That is backwards. But people that just started a business or graduated, got a degree, or got a trade, and opened up a business because of the trade they have, that's not celebrated. We're not celebrating. They're like, oh man, Lakeisha just started a business. Man, we need to do a party for her. She just started. No, we don't do no party for Lakeisha for just starting a business. We won't do that. But we'll have a going away party and a coming home party for Ray Ray coming out of jail. Isn't that backwards and screwed up? Isn't that backwards and screwed up? No, we got to change our mentality. We celebrate degeneracy. We have a lot of good black people in our communities. I meet so many great black men and women out there. But you don't know them because we don't celebrate them. We don't look at them. Even when I bring them on this platform to interview with them. Some good information some of these brothers and sisters are putting out there. Just go to my interview tab. I have playlists and just really look at some of the information some people are really presenting. Good people. But like I told one person in the previous comment on my last video, some people say they want positive content, but then when I put a story up about a wild hang the hood rat, that'll be in the millions. I think I got a video of a wild hang the hood rat like 3-4 million views. But things that so-called positive is not watched like that. We need to deal with self-hate and really deal with it, not just talk about it, but deal with it. Black people got to come to a head and ask themselves, why do you hate yourself personally so much? The second question is, why do you hate people that look like you so much? Like, you have to really ask yourself that question, because we all need to deal with that individually if you have that issue, because self-hate is causing a lot of problems. Self-hate causes jealousy issues. Self-hate causes, problems in relationships between black men and black women. You don't want to see another black person make it. You're angry within yourself if another black person make it. If another black person has an idea, you want to shoot it down. If a black person is doing a little bit better than you, you want to discredit them, talk about them, but you don't never discredit the Caucasian at all. After all the stuff the Caucasian has done to you, you never discredit him. You never ask and double check why he's asking for money. You don't do any of that, but you make sure to do that to a black person. And then what you do is you use white supremacy, because you use white supremacy a lot against black people. Yes, you do. It comes from white supremacy that says one black person represent the whole group of black people. So you would say, well, I remember this one black woman, she didn't do right, so that's why I don't deal with black people. Or I remember this one black man, he didn't do right, so I can't deal with black people. Or I remember a few black people, a few black women, I just can't do it. But you have been screwed over so many times by that Caucasian, and you don't never say, I don't deal with them white folks because that one white man or that one white woman, I can't deal with them. You don't do that. Think about that. You give them benefit of the doubt. You have more trust for them. You have more love for them. You do. A lot of you have more love for them than you have for yourself. If you want proof of that, let somebody say, hey, maybe you shouldn't be dating them. Oh boy, y'all fight more about that than anything else. It trips me out to see that you guys are fighting and want to go to blows. If a person just say the mere words of you, maybe you should not be dating them. That's problematic. Now in the 1950s, we didn't have that problem. We didn't have that problem. And I always say a lot of our problems was desegregation. It was our problems. And when people hear me say that, they thinking, oh, you feeling that you want that back. No, that's not what I'm saying. The problem is with black folks was to themselves and in their own culture. And a lot of black folks have a mentality because they love white folks more than anything itself. They do, and they show it. They took it on the ways of white people in their culture and their mindset. And black folks can't handle their culture and mindset. That's why they're going crazy. What they do is for them. We have our own ways. And because we walked away from our own ways, which is family, which is spirituality, which is doing the right education. We did all these things on our own right after and all the way up to the civil rights movement. The family nucleus was the backbone of our community. We didn't start having a feminism problem until after desegregation. We didn't have no thug problem until after the desegregation. We didn't have these dudes being drug dealers till after desegregation. We didn't have, all the feminization of the black male till after desegregation. All the problems that we had, it's been after desegregation. We talking about building businesses. We had all kind of businesses. Even after slavery, built business. We built whole towns, not a neighborhood, towns that black people built with their own two hands. And yet we at a point that we can't even get a neighborhood bought. We can't set up a business district. Yet black people, we look in so much awe and look at the past like, oh, they built so much. It was so great. Yet you have more opportunity than those black people ever had. You have all the opportunity in the world. You have all the technology in the world. You have more rights and freedoms today, even though you're still living in white supremacy. You have more rights and freedoms today than they had back in the past. And you do nothing with it. That's the shameful thing to our ancestors. We don't do nothing with it. We could build our own towns. We could build our own schools. We don't even need their banks to do it. We don't need it. They are crowdfunding now. You don't need them for nothing. You really don't. I know a black contractor company that build houses, for example. I know people who do all kind of things, right? But you say, okay, let's do this. Let's get this done. There's a lot of black people that have everything you need. We made sure to get our nonprofit. That way, when we want to do something and people want to tax break off of it, we can do it that way. I wanted to make sure everything is set up where we can make moves. But even the people that was with the Memphis Green Space, they were nonprofit, but they don't have their 501c3 approved yet. We have our 501c3 approved. So we good to go when we're ready to start doing certain projects. And here we want to do the work. Like for instance, when there's a problem in the community, we want to come through much as possible. Of course, we're limited. Last year or this year, we did the Hurricane Harvey relief. Great that the people on this platform, which was only 289 people, mind you, raised $15,000 to help out the people with Hurricane Harvey. Just 289 people. Now let's talk about that. I have a subscription base over 700,000. Not to say I want 700,000 people to do anything, but I'm saying is we need to start doing a lot more, because people will watch a video all day. And I know sometimes people watch me for entertainment purposes, but I'm talking about black folks. When you say, oh, we need to do this and we need to do that, but when it's time to put in the work, it's time to donate to something. You know, you want to look around, you want to wait on other people to do it or whatever. And then I have certain things that happen that, do you know, people outside of the black community donate to certain projects that we've had to do certain things. And some of them have donated, you know, heavy. And I was like, wow, it freaks me out to see that. So, and I'm looking like, okay, I'm not even speaking for them like that. And yet they see what we're doing and want to help out and be a part of it. Everybody in our community is not broke. We had discussed, and the people on Patreon know about this, we want to do a scholarship this year for the children. Why isn't we aren't doing more scholarships? We need to do something. So expect that to be coming down the line. Well, I'm going to reach out and say, hey, let's try to get to a certain goal. We want to give some scholarships for our children so they can go to college and get an education. That's the kind of things that we want to do. You know, we got a lot of ideas, but it's just something that's definitely going to be coming that we want to be able to send our kids to school. And it can't all be me, because I don't have it all like that. It needs to be a community idea. We can't just sit around and talk and, oh, we need this and we need that. The thing is, you have the power in your hands to do it through your unity. But a lot of you don't want to do it because actions speak louder than words. Don't tell me you love black people, but then when it comes to helping black people, you don't want to do it. You give excuses. Oh, well, I don't know. And trust me, I understand some of you would say, well, you know, we just don't want to just give things to anybody. I get it, because I'm that way. I'm the biggest proponent of that. But if a person has proven to you or shown a track record of doing something, and you know, say, okay, I can trust them because they will do the right thing with it. That's why we want to be so transparent with that Hurricane Harvey relief. That's why I was taking pictures and posting them publicly. That's why I was constantly making short videos and posting them, because I wanted people to see I don't want you to look funny at me and think I'm not going to do right. So and that's what you got to do. You got to, and trust me, what we did is a lot more than what the Red Cross is doing. And the Red Cross got millions upon millions of dollars to give. Now, if Kevin Hart and them celebrities want to give money next time to a relief, well, why don't you give it to our foundation and you can write it off? We were definitely fine with the IRS on that. But even when we saw that, we said we need to create our own foundation. Why do we need to create our own foundation? It's because we need to stop begging them for everything. The problem with black folks is you're begging people who don't want you to treat you right, begging them to give you this, but they have proven to you and shown you, like you say, actions speak louder than words. They have shown you they don't want you with their stuff. They don't want you around. No matter what they say, your actions say everything. Just like when they say you're in a relationship with a person, pay attention to the actions, not their words, their actions. Black folks should be embarrassed how much begging we do to white folks. Oh, why they won't let us do this? Like, if we actually get together and create businesses and jobs for ourselves, we don't have to worry about being discriminated against. Oh, they don't treat us right at school. Well, if we get together and build our own schools, we don't have to worry about getting treated bad by them. Who's going to stop us from getting? We have so many black people in our community. I know them. I brought them on this show. A few of the top educators in the country has actually put videos on this platform. And what if we got together and say, look, brother, how much it would cost to start a school? He say X amount of dollars. And because I don't know about schools, But I know people who do, and I say, okay, you lead it. Let's just get the finance to you so you start schools to help out children. That's my thing. We need to do for ourselves. Stop talking about the junk. So it's sad that you got black people spending $1 trillion a year, but we can't get nothing done in our community. It's not white folks' responsibility to create programs to help you. They have proven they're not trying to. Why are you begging them people? I mean, we need to have some pride within ourselves. No one respects a beggar, especially people that don't like you. Look, they don't like you like that. I don't care what they say. They have shown to you. You can't tell me you like me, but police is killing us in the street and you don't do nothing about it. You let them go home and eat a sandwich. Don't tell me you like me. Don't tell me you like me and you locking us up for more time than anybody else. Don't tell me you like me when in your community, 72% of the arrest in this country is you. And we're about 26 to 27% of the arrests, but yet we're way over 50% of the prison population. Clearly racism while we're in jail and they have a less prison population than we do. You can't tell me you love me when you do me things like that. You can't tell me that you love me and you treat our kids like crap in school. You discriminate against them with their hair. Black boys go through hell. Black girls go through hell. You can't tell me you love me. So a lot of black folks are just hoping and the day come when them people will love you. It's not going to happen. It's not. I cover stories enough on them to say they don't even love themselves. So how can they love you? We must help ourselves. We always looking to everybody else to help us or feel sorry for us. Or y'all like to do protests, which I think that's so, ugh. And you going to them police and saying, look, why they do this to us? We just like, and them, have you ever looked at them police and they looking at y'all doing that on them protests? They looking at y'all, listen, you can see they got that smirk on their face, like they laughing at you. You pleading with them and they just laughing at you. That's what I'm saying. Have some pride. Have pride. Pride to say, you know what? Forget that. I ain't asking nobody for nothing. We're going to just do this stuff ourselves in your personal life and within the community. We have to get some pride. So people talking about having pride. Black pride needs to come back because we don't have any pride. We are the lowest of the low right now I've ever seen black people. I've seen black people have pride. I grew up and seen that. In the 80s, I seen brothers and sisters with pride. In the 90s, I seen brothers and sisters with pride about themselves. But when it got to that 2000 era, man, black folks has been losing their mind the past 17 years. I don't know what happened from that change to the 21st century, but y'all lost your minds in a lot of ways. Was things perfect back then? No. But in the 80s and 90s, because I can remember it, it wasn't like it is today. Black folks are still more together back then from what I've seen, even though we had the crack epidemic and gang issues and all that for sure. And gangs was heavy back in the 90s. It was big time. But we still was more together than we are tonight. We all fighting in disarray and it's crazy. I remember at one point in time in the black community, interracial dating and marriage, especially with white folks, was extremely taboo in the black community. That was unheard of in a lot of places. Like, you don't do that. That's not nothing you do. Like you just couldn't even bring no white girl home, and definitely no white guy. That is something you just wasn't gonna go down. But now everybody's just, I've even talked to my daughter, and my daughter say a lot of black guys at school, little teenagers, they all up in the Caucasian female face. Like they have no sense of community, no sense of, like, we just bypass the black women and black girls and Listen, I understand some people fall in love with people, and some of it is that. It's not all a self-hate thing. I get that. Trust me, I'm not so unrealistic. I get it. But some of us, male and female, purposely say you're going to chase those people. My thing is this. They have shown you for over 400 years they don't love you like that. Now, some of y'all have an attitude that, well, black people don't need to be with nobody else but black people. And I think in order for the black community to continue, black people have to be with black people. And that, of course, statistically, that's happening. Okay, it's not so. Don't let nobody tell you it's so big of an issue, because statistically that's not being backed up with facts. Let me say, well, more black men do it than black women. The fact is, that's just, I don't even want to use that word. That's just a measuring contest at that point. The fact is, there are black marriages happening every single weekend. Trust me. My wife is making cakes for them every single weekend. Black folks are getting married. I see the people. So don't tell me black folks ain't getting married. We getting married. But my thing is, with this this other generation, this millennial generation, they have been so exposed to, I'm gonna say, white culture a lot more than we were. That's what I have to say to it. They'll be exposed to it. And they don't have that sense of pride. And this is what I've noticed, with a lot of them. It's not a strike against them. It's just kind of what they were put into. So you have to try to reel them in and reel them back into our culture. Now, Donald Trump, he's definitely assisting with reeling them back in. That's why I'm kind of liking him in there. But we just got to have more pride. The issue with people, the cooning and the coonettes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got more people cooning today than I've ever seen either. I mean, ever since Donald Trump get in there, it's like, man, people like competing to coon. And, those kind of people, they weren't comfortable at one point in time in the black community. Now they just drive doing what they want to do. They don't care. We have to excommunicate them too. It was amazing to me how when I talk about Omarosa, and them folks are hot with me. The high IQ people, they was hot with me because what I said about Omarosa. I was like, wait a minute, Omarosa is a black person. I have a right to talk about what black people do and talk about the black community. And I don't care you ask me a question, who are you to say I'm a black man? That's what. And that's what I say. You don't have to like it, but that's what I say. We need to start banking within the black community. And when they were really pushing that, the bank black and challenge, right? You had the high IQ people come in and say, well, don't you think that's racist to be saying you want to bank at a black bank? Well, number one, that has nothing to do with racism. And that's why I also stated, and I've been telling people this, the word racist, I'm just not going to allow that word on my channel anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. So many people use that word out of context. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Anything that people don't disagree with is called racist. If you aren't telling that person, if they're not promoting their race as being superior to another person, then don't use that word. Like I said, if I see that word on any of my pages out of context, going forward, I'm blocking you. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see it. I don't. Sick of people throwing that word around like that. And when it's really something that is racism, then it's like people don't even pay attention to it. But we have to also stop allowing the council of Caucasians in our business. You have to understand a concept of family business. Family members' business is this. That is a issue for family to discuss, not you. Do you think they let you in their business? Hell no. They don't let you discuss their business. They don't let you interject. They don't ask you no opinions about their issues. Nothing. So why don't you do the same things? You don't ask them for permission. You don't need their permission to do anything. You don't need permission to spend your money, to save it. You don't need permission. Just do it. If you don't have a black bank in your area, you can Google One United Bank. That's the biggest black bank in America. You can start an account there. That would be very easy. You can get you a nice card that has some good things on it. Another thing, we need to start living in apartment complexes, making people money. We need to start looking to obtain home ownership as black folks. A lot of black folks live in apartments. You can get you a home. Owning your own home will give you an asset. You can sell a home. You can move to other places, but it's something that's yours. Not somebody coming inside your apartment when they get good and ready, or someone upstairs have a leak and it floods out your apartment. All the issues with apartments. Black people can get their own homes. It's very, very simple. All you have to do is get your credit right, take care of your credit, and then save your money. Go get you a house. Go get one. I've known people, black folks, one black person, matter of fact, they lost everything in Hurricane Harvey. The whole family stayed with me for 3 months until they were ready for their house. So I had a family of 6 in my home, and they got their house, and I'm happy for them. And no, I didn't say you need to pay me rent. No, I didn't do any of that, because that's doing the work, helping your people when they need help. We must obtain homes and stop being in an apartment. Let me tell you something. Once you obtain home ownership, it also gets you away from a lot of that riffraff as well. If you're working every day, a job, and you're making $45,000 to $50,000 a year, sometime less, depends where you live, you can own a home. It's not so far-fetched, black folks, that you can't own a home. You need to have a house, period. You need to take care of your credit. You live in America, I don't care what some people say, you got to have credit, take care of it. It doesn't make sense when you're a grown man, a grown woman over 30, got kids, and you can't do nothing with your credit. You paying high interest. No. We got to continue to create more platforms. Phillip can't do everything. I'm one person. I have kids. I got a wife. I have, business to run. I have personal things I have to do. I can't do it all. We need multiple people to create platforms, talking about the issues and having a plan of action. We don't need to use our platforms to cause mess and drama, but we need to use our platforms to do the right thing. So we need more people doing that. We need to promote education in our community. We want more people with either technical school certificates or degrees, or 4-year college degrees, or 2-year college degrees. We need more brothers and sisters doing that. There's a big need for nurses and doctors in this country. If you don't know what to do, that will always be a job for you in the medical profession. I advocate that. If you want to be a lawyer, there's always openings for that. If you want to be in the petrochemical industry in this country, there's a lot of openings, and those jobs end up being 6-figure salaries. It's a lot of things you can do in this country. Owning your own business, which is great. The only thing about that tax cut thing that Trump did, it benefit those who own businesses. So if you own a business, your taxes will be cut. That's a help, because you can get more capital possibly, or hire more people. The rest of the things they're doing in that thing, not agreeing with it. But what could you do about it, right? A lot of people having foolish arguments. We need to stop that. Fellas, we need to stop arguing with the women so much about silly things. And the reason why I say silly things is because, you know, some fellas like to talk about makeup and hair and weave and all the other stuff. Let me tell you something. The only time as a man that I was concerned about a woman's makeup and a woman's hair is when I was trying to get with her. And then I'll have to make that decision. So if you don't like a certain thing on a woman, just don't do that, because I see women who don't wear much makeup, and most men don't want to see all that. And if you just say, hey, I don't date women that do all that mess to their face, you know, and the one thing that most men like, I can describe it, a woman who wears foundation and it's not so caked on because her skin is still like good because she took care of her skin, because too much makeup mess up their skin actually. You know, some foundation, you know, she has a little eye makeup, whatever, a little, you know, either a light lipstick or whatever. It's not so eccentric or whatever. A lot of guys like that sort of thing. But at the same time, you can't say you don't like makeup because, or weave or whatever, because you be liking all the Instagram girls that's wearing all the makeup and the weave. So, you know, you kind of contradicting yourself on that. My thing is just focus on what you like. And just because sometimes people waste social media time not doing anything. I don't see how some people spending time on it all day is not being productive. When it comes to some women, you know, some of you ladies' expectations is way too high, and some of it's unrealistic. When it comes to men, because a lot of that's keeping women single, is that unrealistic expectations. To me, the expectation you should have is that, you know, a man should, you know, be a good person, good character. He should have a job. He shouldn't be a criminal. He should have his own place, definitely. You know, he want to be in a committed relationship. That's for sure. That should just be a must. If you're at that point, he wants to, you know, have a family, grow it, etc. I mean, that should be from the start. I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, when you have these height requirements, the man need to be 6'2", or the guy need to look like he comes out of the, you know, Muscle and Fitness magazine. It's not going to happen for every dude. Because you have some dudes that look like what you want, but then he may not have the money, or he may be a player. He could be that. And, you know, when you got dudes that's always in the mirror a lot, they want attention, and a lot of times they get it from women. So, you know, just like men, you're not going to get the Instagram girl, and usually the Instagram girl is not the best girl to be around anyway. And today with plastic surgery, if you want somebody to look like that eventually, I mean, you can pay for it, I guess. But, you know, a woman should be a good character, good spirit, want to do the right thing, just overall decent woman, you know, and so a woman that you can build with. Because we focus on the wrong things these days, and people act like being in a family is wrong. Like, I don't get that. Like, for me, when I was single, you know, okay, you fooling with women, but I remember the day I just got tired of that. And I say, man, I'm telling you exactly what I said. I said, man, I'm sick of these hoes. That's exactly what I said, because they were exactly what they were. I say fake. They just want you for your money or what they can get. I said, man, I can't deal with that. I said, I need one woman I can settle down with, and that's all I wanted. I say, them women are annoying. You don't know what diseases these women got or men have. So having children, being together, taking vacations, that's awesome, you know, with your family. But we have to think about these things, but we have to act. We have to act. Like, for instance, nobody, and go back to relationships, nobody want to ask the questions because everybody get mad. Like when they talk about all these black men are dating interracially, no one wants to sit down and say, let's sit down and talk to these men and ask them why are they doing this? Can you give me 5 to 10 reasons why? And then ask them what's their background, how are their relationships with their parents, how's the relationships, when they was in school. Figure them out so you can learn them instead of just saying you're a coon, because we need to stop that everything in life that you don't agree with a black person, they're a coon. Like, okay, figure it out so you can help solve the problem. It's the same thing with the women. The women saying they not getting married and XYZ. Okay, well, we need to sit down with them and figure out, why aren't you getting married? What is it about you, what you say, what you do? Why aren't you getting married? And because until people are ready to do that, you're not going to solve the problem in the community. It's like black people. I keep seeing that black people don't want to solve the problem. They want to complain. They want to call people coon all day or a coonette or whatever, just because they don't want to solve a problem, because solving problems is hard. Excuse me. Or they want to attack the messenger. That's another thing. A person say, let's get to the solution. Oh, well, who are you to be saying, like, there you go. You don't want to solve the problems. You want to continue in it. You want to revel in it. Or you want to, yes, we know white supremacy has done a number on black folks. We know this, but we need to sit down and solve our problems. If you're calling the men coon and sell out, if you're calling the women names or whatever, and then as black folks, male and female, it's not right for us to go and be with other groups of people and then we be the best man and best woman ever with them. We're faithful. We don't cheat. We go to work. We are great. But yeah, when we together as black folks, we don't want to do that. We need to figure out why that's happening too. We have to figure all these things out. We have to say, if you want to fix your community, that's actions. And yes, this year I want to facilitate that conversation. And I'm not saying facilitate that conversation on YouTube. I want to get some people together and have that talk and get that filmed and everything. I need to find I know where I can do it at, studio space. And I want to have that talk much as possible and see what is the issue and the problem. And I want to talk to black men and women in a relationship. I want to talk to black men and women who are with people interracially. I want to talk to all of them. And I want to figure out why they're doing what they're doing, because you're not going to figure it will help me better in my commentaries to even hear their answers and why. Then we have issues when you're having all the children, then you put the children in a peculiar position, especially the children with a white parent, because they love their white parent. They do. But then in this system, they're not going to be allowed to call white. It makes them conflicted. They want to call themselves biracial, but this system say you're black. So it's a screwed up process. Look at that situation with that Meghan Markle female. That other, what was that woman? That the princess or whatever? Wore that brooch. Would look like blackface. Y'all already at the beginning letting her know, you're not one of us. You're not. You a Negro. You just a racially ambiguous looking Negro. And I don't care if you got a white daddy, you're not us. And that woman going to continue to deal with that. Now, am I going to make a bunch of videos defending Meghan Markle? No, I'm not. I said that. If you're going to be with them people, knowing the history of everything, I'm not going to defend you. Do what you do. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you, but just do what you do. Not until white supremacy ends, then we can have a different discussion. But no, that same family, that royal family, the other brother said there's too many black people in Africa. Too many. They need to depopulate it. Well, how you going to depopulate it? What you going to do? Put a disease over there? You going to blow it up? What you going to do? The same guy she's marrying had a picture with having a swastika on his arm. But she's still getting with him anyway? No. Like I said, I'm not going to defend that. Male or female, I'm not going to defend you. Don't come say like why you think I didn't make a video about the black dude that was talking about the football player that was saying that when the white lady got mad at him, he would call him, the N-word. I'm not gonna defend him for what? He knew what he was getting into. And I know some people say not everybody like that. I'm not saying that you are. But the fact is, there's no incentive to end white supremacy. You're not even saying, listen, I can't date you because white supremacy is still going on. When you end white supremacy, then you know what, man, we can go out on a date. They have no incentive to end it. If black people collectively say, you know what, we're not dating y'all. We're not touching y'all until white supremacy ends. Because how you going to have white supremacy and it benefits you at my expense? We getting murdered, we getting mass incarcerated, etc. And you want to enjoy sex with me too? Like, man, for real? That's why Neely Fuller said the worst thing that can happen to a black person is if they sleep with one of them, because it neutralizes their mind to think that racism don't exist. And we know that because we have a lot of black dudes and black women who are saying racism really is not that bad. Racism don't exist. It's because they're sleeping with them. Because any person you sleep with, and this is the truth, I'm telling you from a relationship standpoint, any person you sleep with, you have an affinity for them. You do. They get to your innermost comfort zone. They get to your weak spots because you're constantly sleeping with them. So that's why they say it's dangerous in that sense. So we need to think about that. Yes, Kwanzaa do start tomorrow. I think the first principle is unity. You say you're a feminist. Well, feminist is not part of our community. It is, to me, feminism is anti-black, because anything apart from the black man, it's going to break down the black family. We went through slavery together. We went through Jim Crow together. It was never this, the black woman didn't go through it and the black man did. Everything we happened together. We were hung together. We were raped together. Everything was together. And sisters have allowed these Caucasian women to come in and divide them from their brothers. These Caucasian women not going to be there for you. When Daniel Holtzclaw was raping you, they didn't come to your defense at all. They didn't protest at all for those 12 to 13 black women that were raped by that Daniel Holtzclaw. I thought that the black feminists would have opened their eyes at that case. They still didn't do it. But it goes back to what I said at the beginning. Black people have a strong, strong love and affinity for white folks. And they hate themselves. And it's evident in the actions that you do. It ain't that white people told you to love them. You love them automatically. It's like you come out the womb loving them and hating yourself. Yeah, the feminist movement is. Look, let me tell you something. Notice something. And Makana, if you're still here, you can answer me this. Do you know Asian women don't run around here talking about feminism? Why? Why they don't talk about feminism? Please answer me that question. I'd like to know. Why Asian women don't run around here talking about feminism? You know, Asian women make the most out of all women, even white women. Asian women. Asian men make more money per year, a median household, than white folks. under white supremacy. But when it comes to Asian women, they not running around here talking about Asian men suck. Asian men are part of rape culture. That's a dumb word. Asian men are misogynist. They don't do none of that to their men. None of that. They don't need feminism. Why? They're making what? About 90 cents to every white man's dollar. The white woman don't even do that. The Asian woman not running around talking about equal pay and all. The Asian woman not doing none of that. Because she's together with her people. She's together with their men. They understand that. But black folks, we have suffered the most. You think we'll be more together now than ever? And drunk the Kool-Aid. You think them folks wouldn't want to break up the Asians? The Asians won't let them break them up. You can't go around there breaking them up. They're going to look at you like you're silly. They know all they have in this world is other Asians. I don't knock them for it. I don't hate them for it. I just wish we do it. Asians separate themselves to themselves in a time period that we don't have segregation. But black folks, we have so much love for white people. We want to be a part of everything that they do. Everything, even the bad things. And feminism is not anything that I could say that's a good thing that they have out there. It's not. Just like I was never a proponent of black men being a part of men going their own way. Going their own way and do what? What are you going to go do? Get with a bunch of men and talk about women all day? That's stupid. Look, I understand getting with men and having conversations. Trust me, I have conversations with men too. But I'm not about to sit up there all day. Like, look, I love women. So why would I want to just get around a bunch of dudes and just griping all day? Find the right woman for you and then get back out there. That's the only thing I can say about it. Yeah, well, women have hurt all our feelings. Trust me. Yes, they have. Yes, women have hurt us in divorce court. They have hurt us with child support. Yes, they have. But you have to deal with it and get over it. Or change the laws. Because all that men going their own way, but yet I don't see them changing no child support law. I don't see them changing no divorce law. I don't see them changing no child custody law. But it's like, oh, they doing it so bad. Well, why aren't the men doing that? Just men in general. I ain't even talking about a color. Why men aren't doing that? That's the only thing I'm saying, but like I said, I've talked enough. So let me get this thing going real quick. And, I'll give you, if you guys want to call in, let me create this real quick. I'll put the number up on the screen. Let me see why that's going. Let me see what check I was. He said, Pamela Crawford says men going their own way is like a road to nowhere. Yeah, I agree with that. I somehow have to agree with that. Yes, Wade Brown says the brooch is not blackface. It's supposed to be a replica of some African ruler or whatever. I know about that, but to me, it looks weird on that woman wearing that, and she's just ugh. But let me get these calls going, and you guys can call in. So just give me a second. Let me pull this up. But in the meantime, I'm gonna read your comments here in a second. Where do we go? Oh, and we make the calls. Let's talk about the topic. I don't want to talk about a bunch of other things. Some people say that I called, you didn't answer me. It's kind of hard to answer everybody. Sometimes I have like 20 and 30 calls on there, so I can't spend all day. I have a certain time period. So if I don't get to you, I'm sorry. Try to call quick when I say the call. There's nothing I can say about that. Let's see. Where we at? Okay, got that. What's this call-in number? All right, guys, that is the number. We are online there. So make sure we turn everything up. That's up. People on Facebook, that's the number. Make sure you press 1. Okay, brother on Facebook, I appreciate you all the way from Ghana. Hey, in Ghana, I heard that y'all trying to get more African Americans to come over there. I heard the tourism ministry is trying to work with an American company to get more African Americans over there to come to Ghana. If so, like I said, we definitely know more about that. If you're on the stream, then please read the title. That's the only thing I tell people. It's okay. Some people say, well, man, Phil, you kind of like short on certain things. Well, you know why I'm short on certain things? Because when I go to people, like when I click on people's stream, the first thing I read is a title, and I may read the description box, see what they're talking about. Then I just listen. And then if I don't know really what everybody's talking about, I'll back the stream up, because you can do that live. Just back it up and kind of hear what we're talking about, and I get the gist of what's going on. That's what I do. No matter what video I watch, whether it's a live stream or whether it's a regular video, I always look at the title. I always look at the description box and see what they have going on, any links that they have, and so forth. Just get in the habit of doing that, because when you call into a show and then I have like 30 other people on the line, and if you ask me what's the topic, then it makes me want to say, you know what, you didn't even look at the thing enough to even say I'm gonna read the title before you called in. That's and then I have to let other people that actually knew what's going on to answer. So I mean, I don't want people to keep saying that you're not answering the phone. So what do you say? Ghana's waking up. Okay. So let's get to the phone lines. Make sure you press number 1 to get online. I see we got some people there, but make sure you press 1, and then I answer your call, because some people may just be sitting there. I've seen people do that, and I answer, and I'm like, they're like, oh no, I was listening. So make sure you press number 1. 443 area code and 310 area code. Press 1, and I know you want to answer. I was reading comments at this time period. All right, so let's answer this first call. That's online. Area code 443. You on the show? Area code 443. Hold on. Give me a second. I can't hear you. Give me a second. .443, you there? I don't hear him. Hey, you there? 443 area code. Well, I don't know what's going on. Let me come back to you. Area code 310. You on the show? Okay, something going on. I don't hear nobody. Give me a second, guys. I don't know why I don't hear nobody. Area code 312, you on the show. This is so weird. Just give me a second. Well, everybody just dropping off? Area code 443 on the show? Okay, it's real weird. I don't hear anybody. Let me figure out what's going on. I don't even see the person talking. Hello, can you hear me? You say you can hear me?
I hear you.
All right, perfect. Okay, now we got it. Thank you for joining us on the show. I appreciate it. I was just trying to, I don't know what was going on. We had an issue, but we good now. So, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Ivory. I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland. How are you today?
Oh, Baltimore. All right. Well, I guess you celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I do. Thank you so much. It's my they're doing it non-traditionally. Only one gift. I'm not about to go broke and lie to my son about some white man getting him gifts. But I just wanted to make, well, first and foremost, I just want to thank you for all that you do. I know it's not easy just from just reading the comments, so it's hard to imagine that you're living this every day, but I appreciate, your commitment to, your people, basically.
Oh, thank you, sister. I definitely appreciate it. So what's on your mind about actions speak louder than words? What we got to do? We touched on a lot of topics earlier.
Yeah. So, and I'll be quick because I know, how you are about the flow. So what I'll say as far as actions, first and foremost, to allow yourself the time and the patience to set up a system. Like someone sat down and literally planned out how they were going to oppress us. You know what I'm saying? You can literally read the lynch letter and just say, you know what, I'm going to every day do the opposite of this, because you can read that letter and see how it's so embedded in your daily, lives. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I was lucky enough to have a grandmother who was born in 1917. So the things that she was doing back then, when we didn't have a microwave, or she wouldn't use the microwave, or she made everything from scratch, and it was so annoying, and no one else was doing that. But in retrospect, I appreciate it and wish I had been more accepting of it, because all the stuff that she wasn't doing, she was literally avoiding cancer. She was avoiding diabetes. She was, you know what I mean? My grandmother did snuff and drank beer and did whatever, but she ate healthy, and she ate, for the most part, as clean or as fresh as she could, you know what I mean, organically, or, made everything from scratch. Nothing that she ate was like a processed food or a processed meat or something like that. She took her time to prepare it. And I feel like instead of trying, and I understand, we have jobs. I have 2 jobs, and, it's easy to say, I don't have time for this, and I'm irritated because I'm too tired for that. But you can literally cut out some of the money that you're giving to outside of our race just by cooking at home, and knowing that, you don't have to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to be, take the action steps to, help our people out. And tomorrow, everywhere I go, I'm only going to buy black. that's not realistic because it didn't happen overnight that everything, you know what I'm saying? You were just born into it and now you're just waking up to how the system is set up. You know what I mean? So I feel like we should allow ourselves time to say, okay, it's going to be a process. First, I'll stop eating out so much, or I'll stop buying stuff from here so much. And then, you know, now the market, I'm going to make sure the market, you know, if I can, is owned by a Black person. And then, you know, just committing to it. Like I said, from the jump, you know, it's easy to talk about it, and I could speak volumes on that because I'm like such a procrastinator. But at the same time, it's like I'm in a position, I feel like I'm not the only one where I don't really have a choice. If you're going to kill me anyway, if you're going to, you know, do stuff to me anyway, then what is it going to hurt for me to actually commit to walking the walk? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm talking the talk and I'm miserable, then I might as well walk the walk and be miserable, but I still got more money. But at least I can say at the end of the day, you know what? They was talking about me being the only person wearing FUBU again, but guess what? I support a Black business. I'm the only person eating this, you know, these cookies from this person, but guess what? $200 and some went to a Black person. I know that, you know, $500 of my money this year. I even better, going to a financial advisor to have that planned out, not just going to plan out your own money, but say, you know, what can I do to incorporate more, you know, more of my money going to Black businesses? How can I do that? What, you know what I mean? Working that into your financial plan, not just saying, I want to save money because I want to be able to buy this, I want to be able to buy that. And lastly, I'll say, you know, I'm thankful that I'm a plus size woman that has not had the money to buy all the name brands and stuff, so I don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't have like a closet full of Gucci. I don't have, you know, any Prada or nothing like that. And I'm okay with that though. And I'm not saying that everyone has to, you know, make their own clothes or something like that, but I also came from a household where my grandmother made her own clothes. You know what I'm saying? It used to be slick, okay? It wasn't like it was a smock, but it wasn't like it actually looked like when she made a dress, it looked like a nice dress when she made stuff for other people. And they would ask, you know, and not all the time would she be getting money. She would be getting services from them. And no, everything is not going to be barter. Everything is not going to be black and white, but you can find a way to maneuver throughout the BS that we are, you know, accustomed to. So I just want to, again, thank you for this topic. I feel like it was right on time, you know, with me speaking up and, like I said, walking the walk versus talking the talk. So right. I don't want to take up too much of your time. If you want to ask anything, you can. But, you know, again, thank you so much for this and for this topic. I don't even care that it's this early in the morning. I'm thankful that I was, you know, late to wrap gifts, and I just happened to be up when I saw the notification that you were live. So thank you again so much. I sincerely appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
All right, well, sister, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to the next person. Area code 804, you on the show.
Hey, what's going on, my man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man, I just want to first say I appreciate the work you're doing, man. You know, it's cool to, I actually put my mom onto the show, and, you know, she used to watch the white news, man, but I'd be trying to, you know, keep her on game with, you know, how they got a certain narrative they're trying to push, man.
Right.
But yeah, let me get right to it. You know, I guess the subject is speaking louder than words. You know, I just got on here maybe about 10 minutes ago, so pardon me if I'm flawed on that. But essentially, man, I feel like the corrective action would be to, and this is just an idea. You know, just consider my perspective. This isn't anything that you necessarily have to do, but I think the dialogue is interesting. I feel like what we need to do is, well, first let me preface it with this. I want the listeners to hear me, right? Black people have a white privilege mentality with no white privilege, okay? Mm-hmm. This is why a lot of black people will let a lot of Mexicans get jobs that pay good, but because of their ego, they feel like they're too good for that. That's what you call white privilege mentality, but no white privilege. Man,
hold on, bro. Hold on. Yes. Black people got an ego out this world, and like I said, you got an ego, but you don't have a pot to even piss in.
Right. Yeah, definitely. You heard? So, and then also let me say this. I want to delve on this real quick. I feel like I appreciate. Let me preface it with this, because this is no disrespect, but I feel like no one is beyond critique. Now, my brother Farrakhan has been doing work for years. That's my elder, right? And that's our elder. But I would critique him on this. With the Million Man March, I feel like all that happened was he brought 1 million people to D.C. and as a byproduct of all those people galvanizing, white businesses went through the roof on that day. You know, everybody got to sleep somewhere. Everybody got to eat. Everybody got to drink something. So what he should have did was somehow bring it, you know, make it about black vendors or something like that. But my second critique would be this. You know, at some point, man, we got to start boycotting. And I know it's easier said than done. But what I feel like is black people are what you call a trendy people. I've studied my people, man. Black people are trend people. You know, it's only cool if it's a hashtag. It's only cool if you can get some likes on Facebook. So we have to use that to our advantage. Only a small group of people have to galvanize in order for black people to follow. So this is my plan, right? This is my blueprint for black excellence. I feel like Tariq Nasheed, Boyce Watkins, Shy Netta, Willie D, and Phil Advise, I feel like all y'all should get together as starters in order to propagate an agenda for black people to play companies against each other. Like, for instance, if we all said tomorrow, all black people who can hear this message, only go to McDonald's. This is just as an example. Only go to McDonald's. Don't go to Burger King. And then after about a couple of days, once we see it starts to pick up momentum, we'll approach McDonald's and say, listen, we can guarantee that at least 20% of black people will only go to McDonald's. But in return, what we want, and this is just for example, we want you to run ads informing people about police brutality, and we want you to give 10,000 African-American students scholarships. If you can uphold that, we'll make sure we continue to eat at McDonald's only. But then, right when McDonald's gets comfortable, we send somebody over to Burger King and say, listen, what can you do for us? You see? And we do each company like that. And then we do that until we can open our own McDonald's. That's how you play chess.
But brother,
we went to Pepsi.
Brother, but like I said, I hear what you're saying. But once again, we going to white people asking them to do something for black people. Why can't we say, okay, it costs $200,000 or it costs $1 million to start this particular franchise with burgers, or create your own burgers, get the building built, get employees, and then tell black people, now go to this black-owned hamburger stand and go eat there instead of eating at McDonald's. See, that's the thing. And then we can create our own scholarships and do for ourselves.
Definitely. I understand all of that. But what I'm saying is you have to understand. See, sometimes as conscious brothers, we take for granted our consciousness. So you have to understand, it's only deep if you can break it down to a 5-year-old. Our people are sick, man. We have to start small so that because what I'm saying is black people are trendy people. Once they catch on and say, okay, I see that, you know, we playing this chess game, then eventually we can move into having our own business. But what I'm saying is we have to understand that in order to tell black people, stop doing this, we have to have an alternative. See, what you're talking about is an idea, right? And that's cool. But what I'm saying is something that you could start doing tomorrow.
Hold on, brother, hold on. So you mean to tell me, because I've even called and found out how much certain franchises cost. Let's say if you wanted to bring, we don't have a fat burger here, right? So let's say if you wanted to bring a fat burger here, I think it costs like a little over $300,000 or so to get that franchise. So you mean to tell me that we can't say, well, we need X amount of people to donate this so we can get this fat burger built, and we're going to give X amount of jobs to people in our community. You say that we can't do that, but it's easier to go to McDonald's and try to strong arm them to give us scholarships and boycott their business.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is those companies already have an influence on black people. And I feel like approaching those, and then you say Fatburger, that's a white company. So what I'm saying is, if you're not going to,
I gave you an example. You can create your own. Originally I said create your own, but I just gave you an example for a franchise. I'm saying is
that's what I was doing.
What I'm saying is, listen, I know there's one with, and the brother got killed by other black people, but we had a black man who were a franchise owner right here in Houston. They still haven't solved his murder, but they say it was somebody black. It was in the black area. Somebody know what happened. But anyway, this man had gave jobs to brothers coming out of prison. And people wouldn't give him a job, and that's the brother they go kill. You know what I'm saying? Trying to rob. You know what I'm saying? So that just pissed me off. So yes, there are some black people that do own franchises out there. Now, I would agree with that.
Right.
With your preference, if it was a black franchise owner.
Well, let me say this. I maybe you missed this part of my assessment, but what I'm saying is until we can get over to owning black companies, because what I'm saying is this: there's nothing wrong with doing both at one time. We can open our own businesses, but also approach these white companies that we already are so loyal to. You see what I mean? You have to understand the psychology of black people. Listen, man, listen. Most black people have a slave mentality. They are only familiar with these companies. So until we can superimpose something that's black owned, and I'm not talking about just a black franchise. I like to own everything from wholesale to retail. But until we can do that, we have to use what we have, and we have to approach companies that already can propagate a message to the masses. Now, my next thing is this. I feel like a lot of people are anti-police in our community, and I understand. I've been in jail and stuff like that. You heard? But at the same time, even though I don't currently agree with the police that are, enforcing the laws in this particular country, I think that the idea of having police is needed. Without police, it'll be a wild, wild west. I be joking with my mother, and I be saying, man, without police, we'll have to sleep in shifts. When I go to sleep, you'll have to wake up and guard the house. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I think more black people need to become police, but I feel like we should start, we should have African-American police unions. You see? Where black people can, come
well, they're actually not
propagate.
to cut. Well, I have to tell you, they do have black police unions.
It's not massively practiced, though.
What?
It's not massively practiced, though. It's not something that's generally practiced. It's just few and far between. It's not enough to really make effective change. I'm talking about making this a necessity. You see what I mean? Wherever you have black police, you should have a black police union.
Yeah, I mean, I believe black people should get involved with law enforcement. I really believe black people should get politically motivated. I believe all black people should register to vote and use your vote, because these folks get scared when black people start voting. But man, I'm gonna have to go, bro, because I got other people on the line waiting to get in.
And last thing, I want the people to hear this. We need to stop trying to help everybody, man. And I'm talking about within the black race. If somebody's a prostitute, drug dealer, crackhead, leave them where they at, man. I'm all about black excellence. Harriet Tubman, when she went for freedom, she would take you with her if you was ready. And if you wanted to turn back, she had a pistol. So I'm going to leave the family with that, man. We need to separate from the Negroes, man. You see? If you're about killing our people, we need to separate from you, man. No exceptions.
Yeah, right? I definitely hear you, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you. Thank you for calling, man.
All right, no problem.
All right, brother. All right. Let's go to area code 954. You're on the show.
Hello, Phil.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning and happy holiday.
Happy holidays to you.
Thank you. One of my pet peeve, or one of my problems with the black African American community is, one, as you know, we don't come together. Okay? I was out trying to, something recent, I was out trying to buy a juicer. And I realized, which, as I always, I have to travel to the white area, to buy it. It's either I'm not giving them any advertisement, but Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, etc. You have to. They move everything out of the black neighborhood into the white neighborhood. Okay, so when you go there, you see all these black people buying whatever they want to buy for the holidays.
Right.
But then you have to bring it back to your own neighborhood, like an ant. They all go out, yes, to get that food for the queen of the ant and bring it back, right, to feed it. And that's how we are. They have us scattered right directly in the center. And so when we want something, we have to go either we go out east or out west to get it. But when we look in our own neighborhoods on the main street, forget about the Arabs and the Indians. Yes, they have that. But all of the stores are ran down, and they don't put anything in our neighborhood like a Kohl's. So therefore, the taxes, if there's a Kohl in our neighborhood, guess what? Now when they pay taxes, that tax will go directly for our neighborhood, which in return, yes, will then generate a good neighborhood or a good area. That's why when we ride out, we go through our own poor neighborhood, but then we go into the rich neighborhood, so to speak. Well, because I'm 954, that means Federal Highway, or you're going out east to Sawgrass. But yet we have nothing, and the black people don't see it, and I hate it. That's one. Two, as far as the cops killing black people, okay? Now, if they are killing black people, then, okay, they feel fine. I hate to say this. They feel fine when they sue and get the money. But then after that, you hear nothing from them. It's not like they are, advocate. My son is dead or my daughter is dead or whatever. I'm not saying live for that because they are gone. But at the same time, there are things you could still do besides living off of the money. It doesn't matter if $1 million or $2 million, whatever. Living off that money when your child is dead. You understand? And I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it just straight out. If black people, and I know we all believe in this, if you practice voodoo, if a cop killed my son, there's no way money is going to do it. I'm going to go through the voodoo, and I'm going to pay them to kill that cop. And every time, that cop will not stop until he put that gun to his own damn head. And that's all I want to say at this point, because I know other people want to talk. But I just wish that as a business, we need to get together as a business. If I see you want to open up a clothing store, then we have 1 million black people can give $1 million just to open up that store. We don't need to go. They're not going to give us a loan, but then we can go and support white supremacy. So you mean if I put a GoFundMe page up because I want to open up a beauty supply store, and you mean you can't give me $1 or $2 and it's just 1 million of you? I know the cutoff point, whatever the business costs, then let me just donate. What is $5? What is whatever? But we don't do that, and I hate that. So thanks for me listening or verbing or vibing out to you. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you for calling. But what she said about that's true. But like they put two things that she touched on was how they do put all the businesses in these middle class to white areas, and yes, when these businesses come into the city, they do pay taxes to the city, and they definitely use those funds to make the area look nice. And of course, you have the police presence around there, and the police not gonna let no crime go on in those areas. It's just real sad. Now, also, those businesses have jobs, so if they'll put those businesses in the black community, there'll be more jobs there. But they don't do that. Then they say, well, they don't want to put a business there because, let's say, if it's a crime issue or whatever the case may be. But I tell people this: a crime issue is a failure of your police chief and the police department. That's who is a failure of. They're not doing their job. What are they there for if they still got crime? They're building jails every day. And then the other thing she touched on was about the people that getting the money after their children are getting killed, these settlements. Now, I think what happens with that is that they're signing agreements that they can't discuss the settlement, they can't discuss certain things, but you don't have to discuss the money. But I wouldn't stop discussing what happened to my child. I wouldn't stop discussing, issues in the community, because we see people be so rah-rah until they get their settlement and they're like, where they at? It's like I'm not saying nothing about, I don't want to single her out, but I've seen many people, because like I said, I'll say this and then that lady in the right me, so I don't want to say that. But I just don't see people showing up after they get the change, so she's right about that. So let me go to area code 626. You're on the show.
Hello, Phil.
Hey, what's going on?
You got it. Finally, I get to hear you and talk to you. This is Nabi.
Oh, okay. Well, how you doing, Nabi?
I'm hanging in there. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm up at 4:04 a.m. Central Time, but I'm talking to you, so we good.
Okay, yeah, I'm in Cali, so it's 2:04 here where I'm at.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I've been listening to the show, and I just want to say that I agree with what you're saying about 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
There needs to be mad change made.
Yes, it do. Outside of that, hold on a second. Let me fix something I got going on here. Oh, what else? What else you got outside of that? Because I don't want to. You still there?
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my mom really enjoys listening to you. She's a big fan, and I just wanted to let her shout out to you real quick. I don't want to hold you. I know there's other people waiting.
Okay.
I love you to death. I have to hear you before I go to bed. You put me to bed.
Now see that can make me feel bad, because I can say if you're using my videos to put you to sleep and say, boy, are they boring you that bad? I need to step it up.
No, you let me rest ease. It's times I can't go to sleep, and I tell my daughter, I gotta hear Phil. And when you finish, I say, thank you, Phil, for letting me be able to go to sleep. I love you. I love what you do. I love what you're saying. And I wish these black mothers could get this station and let their young black men hear it, because they really need to hear what you guys are talking about, because this is real. If they don't get it together soon, they're going to be left out. They're already left out, and they don't realize it, but it's going to be bad. I had my kids just in time. The kids being born now, they're going to have hell to pay, because these white people are not playing. They're going to give it to them. And if they don't go to school and get an education, they're not going to have nothing coming. Nothing. And they're going to be on welfare and having babies like their mothers did.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting clothes on them and sending them to school and letting them come home. Don't sit down with them and do homework. Don't ask them, do they have homework? And let them just go out and play. I mean, we're just letting our children down, and they're gonna suffer. They're really gonna suffer when we.
I definitely agree with you, my sister. But take care. I'm gonna have to go to another call. But appreciate you calling.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you for calling, sister. Okay. Area code 503. You on the show?
Oh, hey, Phil. I think it's me, McConnell. I just, wanted to, call in. Merry Christmas.
Okay, well, Merry Christmas to you, McConnell. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment, I think, about earlier. I think you said, reference to Asians. This is just my opinion. When you're talking about, the Asian community in general, I think the whites and Asians have always had a very indifferent relationship. And I've heard, commentary about Asians before that you've mentioned of how we don't, stand up to white supremacy in general. It's very complex. In my opinion, I think from what I've observed over, many years, and this is especially, I think, involving like the Chinese community because they are such, a very, dominating force in American culture. I think they've stood up to white supremacy on their own, term, before, like, coming, for example, like the Kai Gurley situation, how that Daniel Holtzclaw was convicted of assaulting that many, black women. And you had all these like people in the Chinese community come out in full force and protest the attorney general, and had the judicial system where they, gave him, like a light sentence or just a pat on the back or basically let him go. And there's just like several instances like that I can, pretty much cite. And now we have this like Michelle Malkin, I think, coming out to try to, release him. I think that Daniel Holtzclaw. So for the most part, we fight it in our own way, but we don't really outwardly stand up to it. We try to use the law to our own advantage because from what we observed, that's pretty much where we've been most successful. So in terms of that, So but regarding like feminism, like you said earlier, there's like a lot of Asian feminists, especially on YouTube, that I just can't stand that were involved in that whole Women's March, I think, fiasco back in January. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, I think you have a lot of women in that Asian community that like to align themselves with, white feminists in order to try to, get a piece of their crumbs for their own community. So, but that's, part where I disagree with, Forbes, because, in my opinion, that's, bowing down to white supremacy, just by, aligning yourself with that community. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say for, for that aspect. I don't know if you had any questions, so.
Okay, well, you said earlier it was complex about the whites and Asians. Well, could you break it down in simple terms?
Well, I think what I mean by complex is, I think, like I said before, Asians don't outwardly stand up to white supremacy. Like, you're talking about, fighting for the rights of, black people or Latinos. We got, some small, factions of, Asian organizations that do, try to, I think, fight white supremacy, but it's not enough. So it's like very in small segments. So that's what I mean by complex. And it's like you have so many instances like in the past where a lot of Asians, have, committed, crimes against black people. Like you got that situation out in LA that happened in LA riots where this Korean shop owner, murdered this young black girl. And it's situations like that have really, I think, damaged the relationship between Asians and blacks. So, yeah, but that's one of the reasons I wanted to, to come on, I think, to YouTube to start my own channel, just to, get it out there that all Asians, bow down to white supremacy. There are a few of us that are vocal about it, but, it's not enough. Some, that's a lot of people are trying to change.
Yeah, you heard my dog barking this morning. I don't know what she's barking at. She's barking at something.
Yeah, I was like, where's that coming from?
That was my dog barking all of a sudden. I don't know what's wrong with her crazy self. But the thing is, like, for instance, you say there's Chinese, for instance, they come in, you have Koreans, then you have Vietnamese, then Michelle Malkin, she's Filipino, right?
Correct. I believe Michelle Malkin.
Okay, yeah, she's Filipino. But my thing is about, like, say, in relation to black people, like, why do you feel some Asian people don't like black people? Because black people haven't done Asian people anything. So why is that?
Oh, why certain Asians don't? I think. What is your question?
Well, the question is why is some Asian people don't like black people? Like, we haven't done anything to them to harm them or oppress them or take something from them.
Yeah, that's mostly cultural. Like, a lot of people, I think, in different other communities, like the Latino, grew up believing in a flawed perception. Just based on their upbringing. That's for the most part, I think, from what I've observed. So.
No, hold on a second. The caller is not white. So I don't know. They're assuming you're white. She's not white.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments down here. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's why I was asking certain
for white
questions.
supremacy.
No, if you watch Makana's channel, you'll see she does videos on her page. That's why I was asking questions about Asian people. Now, why would I ask a white woman about questions about Asian people? I wouldn't do that.
I'm reading some of the comments down there. I think I agree. There is a lot of white worship in, a lot of the factions of Asian culture. It's like you have like in the Korean community, you have a lot of women, getting their eye folds, I think surgery to try to get double eyelids, and there's just a lot of that, going on. I think so.
I seen this one dude had a botch.
Getting nose,
Yeah, I seen that too. Like this one dude had a botched surgery with the eyelid surgery, and now the dude can't close his eyes all the way to sleep. So he have to have some sort of special cream or whatever so he can like close his eyelids to sleep. I say, why are you trying to mess up your eyes, dude? I mean, that's the eyes God gave you, I guess. But you'll get your eyes chopped up, but to look like them folks, getting your nose like them folks, like I don't get it.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of that, going on. So, but I can only speak for my community. Coming from, I'm just speaking from my own opinion. I think we're victims of white supremacy also, but unfortunately, we have.
Well, what's your community, Makana? What's your community?
To a level where we're I think I speak, for the Korean community because I'm, part Korean. So, but I can't speak for everyone.
South Korean or North Korean?
It's very unfortunate. Oh, I think my family was, my dad's side of the family was from what is now North Korea. So before it, I think the Kim, family took over.
Okay.
Those crazy things. But anyway, I don't want to keep you on too long. I just, want to say that, there are Asians out there that are trying to fight white supremacy. I can only speak for myself. I don't have any animosity toward anyone. And it's really unfortunate that the Asian, people's relationship with black people has become, so fragmented that, the level of distrust is, very, high at this moment. So.
Okay. Well, no, I was just asking those questions. Like I said, it just, it just, like I say, some, not all. Cause I know some Asian people I'm real cool with. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't got no prejudice bone in them. But like I say, then you got some that don't like people like me at all, so and I think, like I said, I think it's just stupid. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to keep you, Makana, but thank you for calling.
Well, thanks for taking my phone call, Phil. You have a good day.
All right, you too. Let's see, this person's been sitting here. Erico 586, you're on the show.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Fat dumb nigger.
Oh God, it's always. Oh boy, and you wonder why they dying out, and you wonder why. If they would actually spend more time impregnating their white women instead of holding on the line for almost like 30 minutes just to say that, like, I don't know. Area code 901, you on the show.
Hello?
Yeah, you on the show, 901.
I'm sorry. Hello, Sam. My name is Ashman McKinnon. I am a college student called West College Street by the statue in Memphis, Tennessee. By Greece had bought the park over there, West College Street by that statue. And I'd say Merry Christmas to you.
Okay,
and,
Merry Christmas.
And also, and Happy New Year. Look, I agree with you. What you said about the topic. Black people need to take action. Yes, I agree with you. Especially like me, I'm 22 years old, and I have over here in Memphis, Tennessee. I have seen a lot of lot of young brothers who spent at least about $1,000 on pair of Jordans, pair of shoes, iPhones, and all this stuff, but they living in their, you know, and I'm thinking to myself like, wow, you like spend what $1,000 on these technologies, and like you can at least save that money to at least open up a business around here, a black-owned business around Memphis or something. Because I have been seeing buildings have been shut down for like ever since Dr. Martin Luther King had assassinated Memphis, and buildings like that never did open back up.
Hey, bro, they saying turn the TV. They say turn the TV off.
Okay, it's shut down. But yes, we need to be a very responsibility. We need to throw away all these bad riches, jealousies, all these feminists. We have to throw these folks away because it's embarrassed me, Phil. It's embarrassed me. It really embarrassing the black community, and we really need to kick them out. They really embarrassing us, and we trying to show these people in the world that hey, we not like them. We not like these folks, these bad people who like to do all this stupidity to just to hurt us in the black community.
Okay. Well, brother, I definitely appreciate you calling the show. But have a good night, my brother.
I say to you, sir.
All righty. Yeah, I saw what y'all. I was reading what y'all was saying. I blast this number out. I didn't play with him. I guess because tonight, usually I'd be in a mood to play with him, but you know, I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. But yeah, the next one that do that, I blast a number out if they call and do that next time. That's fine because the number is like, I mean, it's not like I can't see their number when they're calling in. Yeah, I see some other people on the line. Press 1 if you want to get in on the line. I see got some people. I think 9 other people sitting here. Okay, I see who pressed the number 1 first. Let's go. Area code 513. You on the show?
Hey, how you doing, Phil?
I'm doing good.
I just got I got a couple things I would like to talk about. As far as the black community, as far as unity, I'm 24 years old, and every time I go outside, I don't see unity. You know, I go outside, I get disrespected constantly. There's been times I've gotten in the fight.
Hold on, who you got? Hold on. Who in the background?
Oh, it's my baby boy.
Your baby boy, he up at 4 o'clock?
Yeah, he's up with me. He got up. I had to make him a bottle, but I listen to your show whenever I have to wake up and take care of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm a 24-year-old father, and you know, in the black community, we don't respect each other as men. You know, when you go outside and you constantly have to put men in check, and also not only that, my wife has to put women in check. We don't stick together, and then you got people rather take their phones out and record us fighting, doing ratchet stuff, instead of recording. You know, just recently my wife was let go from a job with 23 black people, and they kept all the white people that they hired from a tip service.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she heard the manager say this the day before that they was already looking to, you know, let 23 people go, and it just so happened that 23 black people was let go. So,
yeah,
you know,
well, you have to understand,
young
brother. You have to understand, in this system, we're last hire and first fire.
Oh, I already know. I already know when it comes to that. But the thing about it is when we already looked at it as dumb and stupid, and then we go out there and we do dumb and stupid things, and we don't stick together. See, the one thing that a black person can say, a smart black person that's not a thug or just somebody stupid, is that white people at the end of the day, they're gonna stick together no matter what. No matter if they do dirt, no matter what they do, they're gonna stick together. See, my wife got fired from Amazon because a white woman said, I don't like you people. And then that's when my wife went off. And at the end of the day, they fired my wife because my wife got up in her face and said some things that I can't say on your show. But at the end of the day, they fired her.
Well, brother, hold on.
What the white woman said.
Hold on. See, hold on. Now this is a teachable moment. I mean, you don't have to say the actual words, but tell me, what did your wife do and say when she said, I don't like you people?
Well, she went up to her and said, say it again. She called her a female dog.
Okay.
So, and then she back, and then the thing about people that are like that, I'm not just gonna say white people because there's other races, people that's different ethnicities. See, people like that, they get scared when you act like that, but they have the balls to do that. So I don't understand that. How can you have the balls to be racist, but then when we push up on you, you act all scared, and then you go to your white managers or your white bosses and you use that power against them. How's that fair?
Well,
I don't understand.
Well, you have to understand something.
Black man trying to make it in this world.
First of all, life isn't fair. Hold on, brother. Life isn't fair. That's first and foremost. Now, if this is the way your wife was supposed to handle it, okay? The way she handled it, yeah, they was gonna fire her because the white woman was in the wrong, completely in the wrong. But when your wife went up there and got extremely aggressive and all that, she's going to magnify what she said. Oh, this angry black woman, wanted to beat me. And even though she did say something negative. See, your wife, what she was supposed to do is know Amazon's policy on discrimination and racism. And then she should have went to her boss and said, hey, listen, whatever the white woman name is, she just told me I don't like you people. And I probably would have got her to clarify for her to say black people, because I would ask her again, say, well, what do you mean by people? I don't know what people you're talking about. If she was been dumb enough to say black people, then I would have asked Amazon at the time period, well, you have an employee saying she don't like black people, and I want to know, is that kind of behavior acceptable at Amazon or what? I mean, let me know so I can find out what I need to do. After that, trust me, they would have done something with that woman, because they don't want no lawsuits.
But see, this, and I know you got plenty of other people that want to talk to you, but I'm just a little excited because I watch your show a lot. But the thing about that is at the end of the day, it's always going to come back to color. It's always going to come back to color.
No, sir. No, sir. Listen, young brother. Hold on. No, brother. Hold on. I'm trying to tell you something. Hold on, youngster. I'm trying to tell you something. I've been living a little while longer. Yes, it's all about color in America, but you got to play the game. What the thing is about the white man, they don't want to lose no money. Amazon don't want to lose a dime. They want to make all the money. One thing they're not going to do is get caught up in a racism lawsuit for no white employee, because if they labeled as a racist company, people start pulling back from them. So that's why I was trying to tell you, and then you can tell your wife, handle things like that. Never get in their face to hit them. I don't care if she would have squared up and said, you black in. I don't care if she would have said that. Number one, it's a word. She ain't hurting you by saying a word. And black folks got to stop reacting to that word with emotion like that. Then white folks know y'all got a trigger spot for that. Oh my God, he said, forget that. Get paid. See, you make them people cut you a check. Please call me that word. I want you to. Now, if you hit me, then I have a right to defend myself. But if you didn't hit me, I'm going to get a lawsuit. I'm going to sue you. Then I'm going to be on Snapchat and Instagram and YouTube, enjoying their money, even wasting their money, if I want to, one weekend in Vegas, and tell them, look, I'm spending that Amazon money. Because somebody called me an N-word. I said, that was a great N-word in that case. Oh boy, I'd be like all kind of emotional distress in court. I'll be giving them the blues. Okay, that's how you handle it. You ain't gonna handle it by getting in their face and acting like you're gonna fight them. They'll beat you every time.
I get you. I just got one more thing to say before you let me go, and I want to say this to all black people. As a young 24-year-old black man, we gotta start respecting each other. Because at the end of the day, all we got is each other. Ain't nobody else looking to help us out. So we need to stop looking for them handouts. Because most of these people that are black are looking for handouts. I see it all the time. You have to stop. They don't care, so we need to start working together. And as far as what the other brother said about more black policemen, there's black corrupt policemen in the law enforcement. I've seen it. So at the end of the day, that doesn't work. We need to look out for each other. And all this disrespect that we have for each other, see, we can go out and disrespect each other, but we don't go out there and disrespect the Klan. I don't see the thugs that have drive-bys in the hood going to the Klan areas and shooting up them in their hood. What's up with that, Black Americans? How about we stick up for each other and have unity? I got a son. Most of y'all got sons. What are we supposed to tell them? When we got bad leaders out here doing everything wrong, showing everything wrong. You got mothers out here that's ratchet. They got their daughters dancing on video cam and putting it up on Facebook like it's cool. You teaching your daughters how to act fresh at a young age. And that's all I have to say. Thank you. Thank you, Phil.
All right, young brother. Stay black. All right, this number here been sitting here for. Let me answer this. Erico 708, you on the show?
How you doing, Phil?
I'm doing good.
Great, man. Long time viewer, first time caller. I just want to say I appreciate everything that you have been doing for the black community.
What's on your mind? Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Well, what's on my mind is that I believe the first thing that we need to do as African Americans is get our culture back. And the way to do that is to do what Marcus Garvey did and listen to the national anthem for black people every single day so that we can know it, so that we can teach our kids it. Once we get behind that, then no one can stop us. Because all it takes is just one thing for us to stand behind. And then we can rule the whole world. That's what I believe.
You know what? That's a good idea, my brother. I just thought about that, what you just said. I'm glad you mentioned that. We need to get the Black National Anthem, and we need to start playing that at the beginning of our live streams all the time. I think for the rest of the year or here on out, because some black people don't even know it. I mean, I know it, but a lot of black people don't know it. So yeah, like they may play a national anthem before an NFL game. We should play our anthem before I start our streams. I think that'd be a good idea.
Yep, and stop standing up for that Star Spangled Banner, what these gray folks doing. I'm not sure if I can say gray, but you know what I mean. You know, and for everybody who don't know what the Black National Anthem is lift every voice.
Yeah, I got you. They gonna know it. They gonna know it in 2018. Well, shoot, they gonna know it next time I do a stream. They'll know it. Trust me.
Yes, sir. And that's all I wanted to say. You know, black people, stay strong. I know it's a struggle, you know, but we got to do what we have to do.
All right, bro.
I appreciate you, Mr. Phil. Thank you very much.
All right, man.
Bye.
Yeah, brother had a great idea. Like I said, see, I like talking to people because you guys throw good ideas out there, and I want to incorporate it. And everybody, because a lot of people don't even know nothing about lift every voice and sing. Trust me, especially the millennials. Most of them don't know. So, shoot, people in some of my age group may not know either. Let me go to Erico 559. You on the show?
Oh my gosh. How you doing, Phil? How you doing? I'm just so glad to be on the show, and Merry Christmas. I love what you're doing, man. I watch your show all the time. I just want to say I hear the show, and it's some real intelligent black brothers and sisters out there. And all these topics are wonderful, and I'm guessing that most of the people... Can you hear me, Phil?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Okay. I'm guessing that a lot of people on the show are older, older Black people, because they have a lot of more wisdom. But all the stuff that I'm hearing on the show tonight, I feel like if we could just get in touch with our youth, like if there was some way that we could play this live show or something similar to it, for our Black youth, like our kids that's under the ages of 18 and younger, because I believe that that's where it starts at. They need to know what they're worth. And then I heard a lot of people speaking and touching upon Black businesses. But you know what? When I was younger, my mama didn't teach me what I needed to know about, having a stable financial being. You know what I mean? We need to start teaching our children more about, taking care of their credit, what it means to save instead of going out and buying, Jordans and jewelry and these things. You know what I mean? These white parents, they'll tell their kids, at a young age, be responsible, take care of your credit, save, pay yourself first. But, sadly, as a Black woman, like I said, my mom didn't teach me these things. But, I was blessed enough to learn, from other avenues and from other areas. But, I think I'm going to make this short because, I don't want to take up a lot of you guys' time tonight. But I think that the real deal is if we get the message to our youth, and I've seen somebody else comment and say, stop supporting these thugs and these rap music. I agree. Exactly. That's a very good point, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of rappers out there, and they want to make it glamorous to, drink codeine and, take these drugs and gangbang and make it glamorous for this and that. But they're not glamorizing what we really need to succeed as a people, and that's to have financial stability and, support one another, just like you said that the Asians do. We need to have our own community as well.
That's right. Well, sister, I definitely thank you for calling.
No problem, and God bless.
God bless. All right, let's see. We can go to the next person here who's been waiting. Area code 904, you on the show.
Hello?
Yes, you on the show.
Oh my God. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Merry Christmas. I enjoy your show very much. I haven't been listening to it very long. I had a couple of questions.
Okay, we hope we can answer it.
I was trying to find out how to find Black resources, like Black-owned banks. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I haven't located a lot of Black-owned anything here, except for maybe with the exception of a couple of restaurants. Somebody had said in the chat room, they said the Black Coalition is somewhere to find Black-owned businesses. Is that true?
Well, let me see. Let me see what we got in Florida on Black-owned banks. You say Florida, right? Now I'm looking in real time. I'm looking. Okay. I'm gonna look for you in real time. I'm gonna try to see if I can get you the information that you need. All right, let's see here. What we got? Well, this thing here would make this noise. Let me see if I can silence this. Oh well. You have a FAMU Federal Credit Union in Talent. Okay, let's see if I can silence that. Hold on. Thank you. Okay, silence that. Now you have FAMU Credit Union in Tallahassee. You have a Commonwealth National Bank. No, that's Mobile. You have One United Bank in Florida, and they say you have one in Florida and one in Miami. One United Bank. Are you anywhere near Miami or what is the other one? Miami and no, it just says Florida. Are you anywhere near Tallahassee?
Yeah, I'm closer to Tallahassee, yes.
Okay, well, you can go to FAMU Federal Credit Union. That's Black-owned.
FAMU Federal Credit Union. Now, is that, because, I mean, I've never worked for the government, so is that, like, open to the public?
You don't need, no, that's a credit union. Anybody can join a credit union.
Oh, okay.
The only one you can't join is, like, Navy Federal. But other than that, unless you're in, like, armed forces or whatever. But FAMU, Florida A&M University. They have a credit union. You could join that.
Yeah, family. Oh, okay. And I don't know if it would help you, but I had an answer to a question that you asked the Korean lady about why Asian people don't like black people.
Uh-huh.
I have a lot of Asian friends, and they are raised, from what I've been told from them directly, my friends, they have a cultural belief that black skin is bad luck.
Black skin is bad
this
luck?
Is what I'm told from my friends. Yes. I've been told this from a Japanese friend, a friend from the Philippines. I'm not saying all of them believe that, but I'm saying that on some level they're being taught this, that in that region of the world that black skin is to be perceived as like, just to have black skin is bad luck. I even had a friend, she showed me like a lot of photographs from where she originated from. I can't really tell you what that is right at this moment, but she showed me photographs of how even in their country, the white Asians, some of them live in the more nicer areas. And then when you start to go to the more poor and impoverished area, you see mostly dark-skinned Asians that are out of color. And there are a lot of them. And I think a lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of black Asians. But there are.
Well,
so I didn't know if that would, like,
you ever heard of them saying Asiatic? You ever heard them using the term Asiatic black man or Asiatic black woman? You ever heard that term?
I have. I never understood what it meant.
Those people come from us, especially those dark Asians, like your Laotian, your Philippine, all them dark ones. They have African lineage. Black people are everywhere. Now some of those the lighter skinned ones, like your Japanese, like that, Koreans. They have some Caucasian Neanderthal DNA, but them real dark ones that sometimes you have to look at them. They almost dark as black people. Then they got African lineage. They just don't accept it. That's why I wanted to know is all your friends are lighter skinned Asians.
They are white, and they were the ones that are telling me that their parents or their grandparents, it's like the dark-skinned Asians they're considered like taboo. They're like, they actually believe their skin color is bad luck. They really believe that.
Oh, poor people. I say poor people because to believe something that silly. I mean, it's like, really? A skin color? I mean,
I was really shocked by it too.
Yeah, I mean that's. I just think it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I was really shocked by it. I mean, I didn't know what to say. I mean, I just asked, by me being friends with, a lot of different races and stuff like that, I will ask them questions.
Yeah.
Once we've been friends for a long time, and I feel that if they could be comfortable and give me an honest answer, I'll ask them.
But
each one of them I ask.
But see, they can be my so-called friends because I would ask them, say, okay, I say, now Asian people are smart people. They get a lot of degrees. I say, so you mean to tell me where's your scientific evidence to state that? And what do you mean by luck? I mean, can you define luck to me? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call you on the carpet. You got to explain to me everything, like what it meant. And so, if you're believing a superstition which is based on bigotry and there's no facts in that, then like why are you even believing it? Not say your friends do, but I'm saying why do they believe that then? It can't be that bad of a look as LeBron James is extremely famous and popular and making all the money, or all the black music stars, or even smart people like, who's that? Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, how is it bad luck?
Well, that was kind of like the conversation I got into them about it once they told me that. I mean, I don't have reason to believe that they embraced that, but it was just a conversation. It was just my curiosity. And so they told me, what they're taught by their parents or their grandparents, or I guess whoever raises them, that's what they're taught. I don't know my friends don't seem to follow that, but I was curious, so I asked them.
Yeah, it's
that they're taught that. Like, white people are taught to hate black people at a very young age. I guess they're taught that black skin is bad luck.
Yeah, well, like I say, no matter what they teaching, we are hated worldwide. So I definitely appreciate you calling.
Okay. Merry Christmas.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Okay. Eric code 412. You on the show?
Yes. Hello. Happy holidays. I was calling. I wanted to mention, they have the situation with all these white women accusing the different celebrities of rape, and they're all coming together. Now's the time for blacks to come together and do the same thing and jump on this bandwagon. Tell me if you agree.
Blacks jump on the bandwagon and do what now?
You know how the white women are accusing the Harvey Weinstein and et cetera of the rape allegations, sexual harassment allegations. It's been going on for several months now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, black people need to do, and other minorities need to do the same thing and holler racism and do it just the way they're doing it with the rape and sexual offensive situations.
Why? Wait a minute. Hold on. Why do black people need to do this? What is the benefit?
Because if they're getting and taking down the top presidents of companies, and because of they're accused of raping white women, and there's some women of color, but majority white women, then this is a time for black people and other people of color to say, listen, this company is racist. So that people say, okay, we can't have this person working for us and fire them on the spot like the other person with Amazon. And I agree with what you said. The person should have went through the policies and procedures and also went outside and got a lawyer and also went through the Human Relations Commission as well. But what I'm saying is if he went and said, okay, listen, Amazon has this racism and anybody else has an Amazon racist issue, put it out in the public, get it on your radio show, everybody's radio show. Then they'll start firing people like they're doing all these movie stars and these actors. Kevin Spacey, they took him out of the movie. And then they'll start saying, oh, now anybody's accused of even a thought of racism, et cetera, they won't do it, just like these men that are changing because they're being accused of rape or sexual offensive behavior of any kind. And so minorities need to start doing the same thing.
Well, you mentioned the word. Well, hold on a second. You keep mentioning the word minorities. Well, what people group do you represent?
Well, I'm black, but I'm saying that when you say people of color, like Spanish, what have you, black and Spanish, but if you black, hold on. But if you black, then you would know that America doesn't care if a black woman's harassed. They only care if white women's harassed. Yeah, but I'm going beyond that. I'm going to the point of hollering about racism and letting it be known.
Nobody cares if black women are raped when it's a white man. Look at how many black women came out about Daniel Holtzclaw, and it took an act of Congress to get him charged.
Well, I think the issue is that if more black people stood up strong and united, it would make a difference. That part of it, I agree. Yeah, it do make a difference if black people stand up. You're right. But I'm not. But hold on. But I'm not for, ma'am. But I'm not for accusing people of things they did not do or saying, well, 20 years ago he told me this. Listen, I'm not saying that. What I said was the example that the women are doing for the sexual offensive activities that have transpired. Black people and Puerto Rican people need to go and say, listen, use the same principle, but when you experience racism, and start putting it out everywhere and saying, listen, this company's been doing it with it. It could be 50 years ago, like the rape victim said, I experienced racism on the company. So then they will fire these people on the spot.
No, they won't.
And
no, they won't. You can't come up. Listen, ma'am. That's not going to work with black folk.
I don't believe that. No, you won't. No, I've had that. I've done that.
So you mean to tell me you accused the company of racism 20 years ago, and you got somebody fired?
I'm not saying accused. Number one, accused. No, saying that it happened, which is factual. Yes, accusing. No, I'm saying when you have the facts. Not accusing, meaning that, oh, you think it happened. You know it happened. You have your documentation, etc. You have the proof that it happened. That's all I'm saying. People are supporting companies and giving them money that have all these racist issues. Even Revlon wouldn't hire blacks. And the first one, I believe, was Oprah Winfrey to go represent them. You have Procter & Gamble that's known to be racist and everything. It's just been within the last, 20 years or something, because they want to make money. And then to stop going, for instance, to the Chinese that have documented on your videos. That I've seen where the woman in Walmart is harassing, okay? They should fire the woman who didn't handle the woman on the spot and fire her. I believe it was an older white woman that told the younger white woman that you should get rid of these black kids in the store, and et cetera. That should have been handled. You have documentation of videos and things, and even in other people's things say, you know what, I can't shop for Walmart. And somebody should call and say, listen, is that woman still working there? And even on your site, you say anything you experience racism or anything, put it on the video, send it, and what have you. And that helps because the companies don't want to see that on Facebook, on the videos, and that's what everybody needs to do. And what the guy should have done is his wife should have just sat there, videotape what that woman had to say, go to the proper channels, put that on Facebook, contact the lawyer first and see if the lawyer wants to do it that way. But put it out there in a judgment of the, I'm sorry, I'm not using.
Oh shoot! Sorry about that.
On the internet.
Well,
but you do it out there. You have, like your show. It's out
check
there.
This out. Hold on. Check this out. I'm gonna have to go, but no, I don't. That's the last thing black people need to do is follow the lead of them Caucasian females. We got enough thing going on. We don't
it's
need
not
that.
About that. It's about using. No, it's not that. It's about saying that when you have racism, speak loud and clear. You come collectively. They have to do something, and then they realize you have any racism on the jobs, you're going to get fired on the spot.
Yeah, but you have to do it right then and there. You can't come up 10 years later and say, "Oh, they call me the N-word." Or some other racist slur.
People have come up. No, that depends on the situation. You have to do it now, yes. But if there's stuff that happened years ago, they do it just as well with the racism and et cetera. And they come up. And
you know what? Like I said,
thing.
I don't advise that. And like I said, ma'am, I appreciate your call.
It depends on what it is.
Okay, all right. We had to end that. Area code 678. You on the show?
Hey, how you doing? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yes, I want to thank you for allowing me to be on the show. First of all, I've been watching for a long time. I even moved to Houston this summer, and I was able to get out of there before the hurricane hit.
Oh, boy, that's good.
That was tremendous. Let me just say I love Houston for a lot of reasons, and I'm really trying to get back because, what I noticed about Houston is very affordable. And it's a place where I know I could write stories forever because I ride the trains. I rode the trains. I got a chance to go everywhere in Houston and Galveston Bay, and it was a beautiful thing. And even though I'm from Fort Lauderdale, I live here in Atlanta. My dream is to finish my book, which I just finished the book in time for my classroom reunion, my 40th class reunion down in Fort Lauderdale.
Uh-huh.
I just want to say that when I listened to your story about actions speak louder than words, I thought about that and I wrote down a few things that I know I had to do. And one of them is to change my whole attitude about everything. Change my whole mindset. Because, when I see your show, I said, well, I can do that. So let me see if I can do something like that. And the second thing is stop accepting other people's value or other people's opinion about what I need to do. I had to stop doing that. People, they want me to be safe. They want me to not take the dangerous path. And the thing is that if I don't take the bold steps and walk on faith, then I'll just be stuck where I'm at now.
Right.
The other thing is leaving my dream. And let me quickly sidebar and say that Daniel Holcroft thing, I finally got a hold of it this year, and I could not believe this lady, Miss Malkin. I could not believe how blatantly racist she is. And you know, I don't deal with Asians because they don't deal with me. I suspect when they see a guy 5'9", 275 pounds walking down the street, that they're less inclined to say hello. And since they don't say hello, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't get on my nerve because I don't have any Asian friends. If I did, I guess I would deal with them on a one-on-one basis as opposed to a cultural norm. The other thing I want to compliment you on, that girl that accused the wide receiver of the New York Giants for not noticing her, I thought that was incredible. I'm just stunned when I watched your show and read the stuff she wrote. I'm like, that could have got any black man killed back in the day.
Yeah, the brother, and that's why I don't understand brothers with them females. Like I said, if they can accuse you and make up a whole scenario about you that you didn't do nothing but just sit there at a table. Like I said, I just couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't do it, man. It would be too much in my mind. Like say me. With that, I just couldn't.
It shook me. It shook me when I read it, and all I could think of is Emmett Till. You know, and I'm gonna buy the book that his mom wrote that I didn't get a chance to pick up. But I got to tell you, I go by that museum every year. It takes a hell of a lot of effort to get to that museum, I should add. But I'm going to go to the one in Sumner, Mississippi, and just go by there. And I will say that my parents are from Mississippi, and they left Mississippi in 1955. I was born in 1959. Give you some idea that had they not met, I would have been born in Greenville, Mississippi.
Oh man!
And
well, you know, hey, you moved around, and I say my thing is, I think, like I said, I think all black people need to just come back to the South. I personally believe that we need to get.
Yeah, you know, I'm happy to be a Southerner.
Well, the reason why I say that is because most of us are here anyway, and if we can all flood these towns, in different areas, get politically motivated, like you say, join the police force, get on the judge's bench. Join city councils, make changes in our community, because we too scattered in like, it's not many of us in California or on the West Coast. You know, yeah, we got a good nucleus of us in Chicago, but a lot of black people are leaving Chicago actually. Yeah. You know, and just come back down to the South where we normally at and build that up. I mean, I just really think that'd be good for us as a people, just to be around our people.
One last thought before you. Yes, of course, and that's what I like. I like my people. I even drove taxis, but I will tell you that if you drive a taxi, the one thing you don't want to do is pick up your people because they don't want to pay. But that's another segment I'll talk to you about. I'm headed to the Whitney Plantation down in Louisiana at some part of the year, and they built this plantation, and it's incredible. I've seen it on internet, and I think it's time for me to go. And to witness the brutality. This plantation was built to show the brutality of slavery in a nutshell. So if you haven't heard about Whitney Plantation, I hope you get a chance to, because it was finally finished in 2014, and LSU professors spent $9 million on keeping it true to form.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, man. Sounds like your phone running hot there, but I appreciate you calling.
Well, brother, look, thank you so much. Good to meet you. Happy Kwanzaa and everything.
All right, happy Kwanzaa, my brother. That's it. This person been waiting a little while. Do that. Area code 5484. You on the show?
Shit, 484.
Yes.
Hey, Phil, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm fine.
Hey, man. Just wanted to say I'm a new subscriber to your channel. It's fantastic. It's good to see some positive black brothers out there trying to, hook everybody up. And thanks a lot for doing that.
Okay, what you mean by hook people up? What am I hooking people up with?
you're hooking people up with the news and what's going on and where black people need to be going these days, and you're giving people ideas and ideology that we all need to come together, which I'm totally in agreement with that. But it's going to get worse before it gets better, and we as black people, we gotta have a little bit of patience with our own people. We can't just expect all this stuff to change overnight. And in addition to that, young brother that called with all that zeal, the 24-year-old, I understand where he's coming from and how he's talking about everybody needs to respect everybody, so on and so forth. But he has to realize, just like a lot of other black people need to realize, we need to have a common cause, a common goal. One of you just mentioned that we all do need to start migrating back down south. I'm actually leaving Pennsylvania, and that's where I'm going. I'm going back down to Tampa, St. Pete area, because I've been up north all my life, and I came down to visit my mom in Florida, and wasn't used to the black folks down there. And then I left.
Man, hold on a second. Hold on, man. Not to cut you off. How old are you, man?
I'm 47.
Oh, you 47 years old? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, did you eat syrup sandwiches when you grew up?
Did I eat what?
Syrup sandwiches.
Syrup sandwiches? Yes, with butter out of the toaster.
Well, what?
Syrup sandwiches are, man, that's what all black people eat. What are you talking about? You think I'm not
How do you make syrup sandwiches?
How do I make my syrup sandwiches?
Yeah, how you make them?
There's two ways that I make my syrup sandwich. I'm going to tell you. There's two ways how I make my syrup sandwiches. First of all, I use that dark black, what is it? It begins with a K, that real dark black corn syrup. And I put 2 pieces of toast in the toaster, put some butter on it when it come out, and throw some syrup on there. The other way I make it is I just take 2 pieces of bread, I put syrup on one, put that joker together, and eat it.
Okay, so you 47, like, if your TV didn't have a antenna, what did you use? What did you use?
Clothes hanger, man.
Clothes hanger. Okay, and what's the 3 uses of a butter knife?
Oh man, a screwdriver. Put butter on your toast. I don't know what the third one is.
Okay.
Get it in your ear.
Huh?
Open up a door with a lock. Brother, let me tell you, I know I may not sound like a brother, but trust me, I am.
Well, I'm just putting you through the test. That's all. You answering the questions actually. Okay, so I had to put you through the test.
Are you?
But now I will say, people don't toast syrup sandwiches. I'm gonna tell you that much. And then we showed and use Cairo syrup to put on a syrup sandwich.
That's the syrup. Yeah, that's it. That dark, deep corn syrup.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the Poconos in Pennsylvania.
But
I'm originally from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Originally Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So what show everybody used to look forward to on Thursday nights back in the day? That 1 hour block at 7 to 8.
The Cosby Show. Wasn't that the Cosby Show?
I said that it blocked from 7 to 8 p.m. There was a block of shows that everybody used to look forward to back in the 90s. What shows was that?
Well, I didn't watch all of them, but I know there was Living Color, I think, Martin, The Cosby Show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I didn't watch, what's that one?
Well, the answer I was looking for was Martin and Living Single. That was the answer I was looking for. But other than that, like I said,
go ahead.
But other than that, man, like I said, man, I'm just messing with you. But I definitely appreciate you calling the show and doing some trivia with me.
Well, I wanted to make a comment on where we need to go as black folks. We need to have a common cause that's going to bring us together. And when we find that common cause, we also need to, have a little bit of patience with each other. you know, everybody's not going to turn over, you know, as fast as the next person. And we just have to have a lot of patience with each other. We also have to find out through history and historicity who we are. You know, because some of us walk around here talking about we Africans, some of us talking about we Hebrews, some of us talking this, that, and the other. We need to find out who we are first. And as far as those Korean people, I mean, when I was in the Army, I was over there. I'm going to tell you right now, they are racist. That's just the way they are. And they doing just fine over here in America, being separate from the white man. But they can continue to do business with the white man. So what black people need to do in closing is we need to separate ourselves from the white culture, go back to like old black Wall Street, and just continue doing business with the white man, because we're going to have to.
Well, like I say, man, that's the best thing you said out of all the time you've been talking. I definitely appreciate that line. Thank you for calling.
And
oh, sorry about that. I had to cut you off because my time is winding down. Area code 773, you on the show?
Hello?
Yeah, you on the show?
Okay. My name is Michael Hampton. I'm also known as Marvin Coleman on YouTube. I have a channel. I live here in Chicago. And I have 2 questions I want to ask you, Brother Phil. I've been watching you since you started out with your show, man. And you're really on the money with a lot of topics, man. But my 2 questions are, did you know that the so-called American Negro are indigenous to the Americas? Is one. The second one is, do you believe that all you melanated people, not pale people that look like us with kinky hair, dark brown skin and all, are from Africa only? And why would you believe that?
My brother, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for calling me all the way from Chicago on the show tonight. Thank you very much. The thing that you're talking about right now, I can care less about. All I care about is black people fixing themselves. That's all I care about.
That's right, black people. That's right. That's what we're called, black people. And to know who we are, as the last caller said, you should learn self first. And there were people already here, misclassified since the 1790 census.
Okay,
from Indian
my
to
brother.
black,
Okay, my brother.
colored.
Okay, and how is that knowledge going to fix the black community?
Easy, because when you think you're from another continent, you have no reason to fight or stand up as a collective here. When you're thinking, and a lot of young people think that because it's institutionalized in the school system, hold up your history books, this is how you got here. On boats through the Atlantic Ocean, which is a hurricane ocean, wooden boats at that, and this is where your history starts. Now, you all done great things in becoming bus drivers and your politicians and all, that's still psychologically messed up, because a vast many of us think we're from someplace else. Well, they are Africans. I'm not lying on those people from Africa. Know that the American Negro, so-called, has always been here. And when you're looking over somewhere else, why would you take care of home? I'm glad the brother mentioned Black Wall Street. Those were American Negroes. And if there were a few Africans that helped build it, that African genome is gone within us since they've been here the past, 200-some years of slavery? As you can breed out.
Man, I'm 83% African.
Oh, I can believe that. I can believe that.
So how did the
that.
genome, and that's with raping and slavery.
Yeah, but each state didn't have a sex farm and breeding breeding out.
We're not talking about the
Because
sex farm.
slavery
Black
didn't
women was
become-
raped daily.
Yeah, several were, and several wasn't. You know? Oh, I know the whole slave thing, man. I'm 52. I know. I researched, studied through the years in social media, and before that. And my grandmother who raised me on my father's side was 100% Anawa, which is so-called Cherokee today. This was a
What
woman of
percent?
color.
Where by
So I
DNA?
do
Hold
know
on,
my
brother.
background and my mom.
Brother, by DNA. Have you ran a DNA test on yourself?
No.
So how you claim that? How you
Because
claim
it's been
something you don't have a
proven that
scientific
it's
evidence
been
about?
proven it's false.
Do what?
Because there's only 0.1% accurate that you came from Africa.
0.1%.
Yeah.
Man, DNA is 99.9.
No. That's if you're searching out a generation of who's your father. Ancestry DNA is different from that.
Yes, you can run a maternal DNA. I've seen that test, like $300. You can run a paternal DNA. I get that, but I'm just talking about this overall. For instance, like my wife ran her DNA, right? She is 61%. Okay. You feel he's 50% Native American?
No, not Native American. Native Americans are not indigenous to the Americas. They're not indigenous. They are foreigners that the government put on reservations.
And where do you get that knowledge
the American
from?
Negro. Where I get that knowledge from?
Yes,
I research. I'm telling you about Smithsonian. There's a lot of artifacts of the American Negro always being here. That's not
okay. My brother, I'm curious about you. I'm curious. I'm glad you called. Where y'all come from? Let me tell you something. This is what I got to deal with in my comment section. Please hear me. Every other day, somebody's telling me I'm an Israelite. Now I got people coming to the comment section saying that you Aboriginal or I'm an Aboriginal. Hold on, brother. I'm just talking. Hold on. So people can get a wisdom of what we're talking about here. He's saying that he believes, or this is his belief. He read it on social media. I don't know what sources he read. I wish he would tell me that yes, I know black people came here before the transatlantic slave trade. I know that. I say that in my videos. I've talked to Native Americans that know deep Native American history that told me that certain drums they got from African people. Yes, we know about the pyramids in Mexico. Obviously, black people were here before the transatlantic slave trade. I get that. Nobody said that blacks didn't come here before that time. But like I said, for me, I know my ancestors came through the transatlantic slave trade. That I do know. Some of my wife's ancestors came through the transatlantic slave trade, and some of them were already here when we looked at her DNA. So with that being said, for me, you believe that, and I will knock you. There's no argument here. But my thing is, we need to fix our education. We need to unify, put aside all them differences. At the end of the day, we black people. And whether you think you're not black or you're native, or whatever you think you are, in the system of white supremacy, you're black, period. That's all you are until we knock down white supremacy. Then we can divvy up all these different things that we want to be. Because I know how black folks are just tribalistic everywhere they go. I get it. Everybody want to be in a separate little category. Black has no
standing in law, brother.
Do what?
Black has no standing in law. I know in the eyes of white supremacy.
Well, that's the only thing that matters right now is white supremacy. Because white supremacy controls the 9 areas in America. Blacks don't control it. Asians don't control it. No one else controls it until you take whites out of that position of controlling the 9 areas of this country where they dominate everything. Okay, then it doesn't matter. That's realistic.
Youre Webster Dictionary 1828 is the first English published dictionary in America. Says that American, the Aboriginal or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans, but America now applies to the children of European.
Didn't I earlier I agree with you and I said that black people were here prior to the transatlantic slave trade?
You said that, but you said you believe Africans came over here.
They did.
In Mexico. The pyramids and the old, right. The old man.
I'm using the pyramids in Mexico to say that's one of the evidence that we have. They was on this side of the hemisphere. I'm just using it as an example. They were here in this land also.
You know that they are dated as 12 to 400 years BC. No Africans were sailing across no ocean 1200, 400 BC. I've done the research, and nothing has come up. As far as 1310 AD, yes, Molly came over. But the Ovac Stonehead was already there prior hundreds of years. So, yes, artifacts are found that Africans were down in Mexico and Brazil. But they came out of a certain period. They were just doing canoes, 1,200 to 400.
Well, sir. Listen, sir. I get people was already here. I get. Look, hold on. Hold on. I get it because the Earth was one land mass at one point in time. Remember, before it broke apart, and we were all over the place. So yes, I get it. I get it. But at the end of the day, how is that helping me defeat white supremacy? See, that's why we don't get nowhere as black folks. We can't even talk. Everybody, you talking over. I'm trying to say, how do we end white supremacy? Okay, you got that knowledge. Great for you, my brother in Chicago. How do we end white supremacy?
How do we end white supremacy?
Oh, he ain't got nothing to say about that.
We wouldn't be talking about it. No, because you can't at this point in time. We keep putting out information of who we are here. That would help end it. That's one of the reasons why most people don't believe that people was already here prior to Africans come. This is hidden knowledge. It's hard to come together when you think you're a Hebrew Israelite, you're a Christian, you're Moor. All of this is African ideologies that come from the Eastern Hemisphere. There's no doggone Hebrew Israelite from the book of the Bible, man. It's just all that stuff was brought here in the 20s. Over Drew Ali, all that was brought here. It says we had been reclassified. Hell, they'll come over here today with a new religion, a new ideology. And most of us that are lost, thinking we're someone else, will pick it up and start singing it over the internet. You know, we didn't do that here. Our ancestors didn't do all that religion stuff. We were spiritual people. I don't need a set of 10 commandments to let me know not to touch a hot stove or to burn me. It's just, I think it's just common knowledge, you know. So, brother, I just wanted to put that out there. Like I said,
I know you did. I know you wanted to put it out there, and you put it out there. The only thing I'm saying is this. When I asked you a question about ending white supremacy, you got quiet. He said, we can end it right now. But you on the diatribe, my brother, about where we come from, where we supposedly come from. I don't even care at this point. It doesn't do me no good. How we end white supremacy? How do I make this world a better place for my children, your children, our children's children? That's what I'm talking about, man. That's in the past, man. That's gone. That's dead.
That's how you learn, Phil. That's how you learn.
Well, you know what? Look, hey, bro, look. Check this out, my brother. I'm gonna have to go, but I appreciate you calling. Thank you for the history lesson. See, this is why we don't get nowhere as black people. This is why we don't get nowhere. We all caught up on. We came from here. We came from there. We this, we that. Man, I don't care about that. How we in this white supremacy? That's why I let him talk. I wasn't going to interrupt him. I said, let him talk. But I was just like, Jesus. On Christmas, like you say, people on Christmas like this going in, ain't they? But you know what? That's all good because it shows issues that we have in the black community and that we're so tribalistic that we got to be tribalistic that we can't focus on, say, put that mess to the side. We black. Let's deal with our issues and problems. Let's end white supremacy. No, when I asked him that question, well, we can't end that right now. Well, what's the point? What's the point? All that stuff you talk about in the past, man, that's dead and gone already. You here. What is going to happen to you here today and your children? Yeah, I'm not focused on things look, the past is gone. You learn from it and try not to repeat the bad things in it. I'm worried about today and the future. That's it. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about no past. I'm gonna take this let me see this person here who been sitting here the longest. Let me see who's been sitting here the longest. Area code 832, you on the show.
Brother Phil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm good.
Awesome. Hey, I just want to add a little context to the original topic of what you were saying.
Thank you. Please. Thank you.
Yeah. I just want to say that let us all get back to using the resources that we have available. I was looking at the Urban League that we have available here in Houston. It has other things that people can use. If you want work development, business, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that you can use to better not only your life, but also, you know, the community in general. Because I like that as well. I want to start my own business. And, you know, just stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? The division is too much. Done with.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. And
all right. Well, I definitely appreciate you, my brother. I'm trying to hurry up and whip through these calls. I got like 13 minutes on this phone line. So thank you. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Who I can get on here real quick. Erico 202, you on the show.
How you doing, Phil?
I'm good. What's on your mind real quick?
Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas. What's on your mind? Give me the 122nd version of it.
How to end white supremacy. I mean, it really doesn't matter if you're in the store or on the job. What black people need to do is treat white supremacy like it's a black person doing it to you, and treat black people like white people. How we would treat white people.
Yeah, amen. Now that I agree with. Because we treat, you're right, we treat black people like we treat white people, we'll be in a better place tomorrow. I promise you that.
Yeah. I mean, I hear a lot of people on here saying that what we need to do and all that, but what are they doing to fix it?
Right.
I
did a little speech presentation with that actual title, Can You Love Me Like You Love the White Man? I think I did it because black folks love white people. They love them more than God. They love them more than God. They do.
I guess, I mean,
they do. They love them more than God himself. That's why black folks are the trouble they're in. They look at white people as their gods.
Right.
They forgive them. They murder their kid. Their kid don't even get in the ground good enough, and they forgiving them. Oh, but I have to forgive them. No, I'm telling you, give them the benefit of the doubt. Like kicking them, beating them, discriminating against them, and just love them. But black people, off with their heads. So yeah.
So what motivates you to like keep this show going though?
Or what motivates me?
Because let me ask you this, because actions speak louder than words. And I remember the time when I guess you was supposed to shut the show down for 7 days.
Yes, sir.
And
I did that.
You really seen who had your back in that. Right. And I have no issue with that. That's what you're supposed to do. But you saying all these people that's like subscribed to you, but when you need some help, then they're nowhere to be found. So like, I don't get why you're still doing it.
I have an optimism, probably more than most people, about the black community. But like this, if I got to the point I truly gave up, trust me, that's bad, because I'm just real optimistic, and I have a lot of faith in black people, and I see the greatness in black people. Even though some things that disappoint me, but you know, and I even hated taking that route. Unfortunately, sometimes with black folks, I hate that you gotta take things away from them. Because when I did that, that's when people came in. Now, if I wouldn't have did that, people wouldn't have came in. And they, you know, sometimes some people don't get it when it's gone. But I'll still post some videos. I didn't stop posting videos that week. The people on Patreon was getting videos. You know, and then if I was to make a move like that again for some reason, I consult with them on Patreon, you know, and say, hey, what you guys think? Yeah. And I'll let them make a decision about it. You know, so, but like I said, I try to, like I said, I'm optimistic. I don't like doing things like that. I hate talking about money. I don't even like talking about that. That's why I got a lady to do a little commercial for me to talk about it. I don't like even talking about that. I'd rather just do the stories. That's it.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, I enjoy what I do too.
Like,
I do enjoy it. Like I said, I enjoy what I do. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy it. I just hate that, we as black people, don't respond, and they got upset with me when I say, hey, look, when the white folks asked for it, they no questions asked, they did it. Then they want to, attack me and make all kind of videos about, me and XYZ, but you ain't making videos about the white folks. They got $20,000 a month. I ain't even trying to get that, but you not even questioning that. And that's fine. Even black folks are donating to that. Because there's a lot of black folks that follow these white platforms and donate to them. I seen a black woman the other day talking about some things with old boy with the Young Turks because they caught up with him making some comment 17 years ago. So they kicked him off of the Justice Democrats, that Chink Uyghur guy. Kicked him off of the Justice Democrats, which I don't subscribe to no political party. The only party I care about is the Black People Party. That's it, if that is a party. But yeah, black people are all on these white people platforms. They'll donate to them quick. But me, they look at me like, I ain't donating nothing to him. Even though I'm trying to show them I'm doing the work. No, they don't want to do that.
Yeah. I don't know why it's like that.
Well, I believe, listen, only 10% of our community get it right now. And the other 90% are just lost.
Yeah. Even, that's what, with Kaepernick, okay, another thing we got to stop doing is, okay, we get disrespected, at a store or something. Even, it's something simple as boycotting the NFL. Yeah, they was talking all that for, a month, but then after that, they start watching it back again. That's why people keep
and with me
disrespecting us because there's no consequences.
With me, I ain't watched a down of the NFL, and I'm not. I admit that. I say I'm not watching it. When I say I'm not going to do something, I stick to it. I don't care if it's a holiday. I don't care who watching it. I don't want the NFL in my house, and I haven't watched it. And really the only reason the boycott is halfway working is because they pissed off white folks. The white folks, when they got pissed off and stopped watching the games because of them taking knees, then everything would have been all good. You just put it on black folks because unfortunately we don't have staying power anymore. Martin Luther King and them, they did that bus boycott over a year, not a month, not 2 weeks, over a year, and they got a law change because of it. Black folks today don't want to have no staying power. If they uncomfortable for 2 minutes, then we don't. No, I don't want to do that. I got it. Them black people was carpooling, they were walking and everything not to ride that bus because they had self-respect and pride about themselves back then. Today, we don't have that. But everybody want to talk crap about Dr. King. At least he had pride enough to didn't take crap. You take everything today from them people. But like I said, a lot of black folks look at them people as their God. I need to do a live stream about that. That the black American, the black people's God in America is the white man. Because that's what you act like.
Right, exactly.
It's the truth.
That's why, I'm pretty sure it's more black people like you that want to speak up and stand up about it, but they probably afraid.
It's a lot of black people, but then some black people don't have my optimism. At the end of the day, they get tired and they say, "Man, forget it. I'm gonna be fine for me. I'm gonna do me and my personal family, but I'm not gonna fool the community because what the community don't want to change." That's how people eventually get. I think who video I seen was talking like that. Brother Polite. I finally seen that video people was telling me about. He said, "I'm done. I ain't doing no more. I ain't being involved. I ain't teaching nothing, because black people don't want to change." But you can get that way if you think you putting in all this work and expecting people to change. Me, I'm just kind of I'm having faith about the seeds I put out, and hopefully they grow and germinate into something beautiful. That's kind of how I look at it. And anybody know about planting things? It doesn't become a tree overnight. It takes time. So, but brother, thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, thanks.
Area code 512, you're on the show.
Oh, hi, Phil. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
nigger.
Okay, and the caller that said that his number is 512-952-5287. He sat here for about 53 minutes
Nigger.
to do that. And he has a high IQ. I mean, listen to him. You have a high IQ, don't you?
But you're the fat one here.
Do you have a high IQ?
Fat dumb nigger. Fat dumb nigger.
Listen to him. Look how slow
Fat
he
pig,
sounds.
Jobless nigger.
Look how slow he sounds. He sat here 53 minutes. He is slow. On Christmas Day, he's supposed to be spending time with his cave people. He's calling me at 5:28 in the morning.
Nigger, you're streaming on YouTube, nigger.
And you know what?
With your family,
Guess what's happening? You calling me, and we getting benefit from you calling. So go ahead. What else?
How are you getting benefit?
You got a high IQ. Figure it out.
Go beg for Patreon money again, you fat dumb nigger. Go beg for Patreon money again, and get roasted by black people, you dumb fuck.
Y'all hearing?
Yeah, they hear me, pussy.
What about them opioids though?
You fucking dumb nigger.
What else? What else am I?
Weight, dude. Worry about your weight.
What else?
Worry about your weight.
And what else?
Worry about those tits, man.
And what else?
Lose some fucking weight for your kids, man. You gonna fucking die in the next few years. You gonna have a stroke.
Okay, and what else?
Hey, man, why you giving out this fake number? This fake app number?
And what else?
Nigger, 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 nigger.
Okay, I just wanted you guys to I let him talk. No, I did that. I let him talk, and the reason why I did that, because I wanted you to see the mentality of those high IQ people. He sat there for 53 minutes, waiting, and then when he called, obviously he follows everything that I do, obviously.
Goodbye.
But that's what we have to deal with, is that individual calling, those who shoot up. That's why they shoot up schools, because I could never sit on a line and hold for 53 minutes to talk to somebody and call them a name. I couldn't do it. But I wanted you guys to see the mentality. That's why I did that. And he sounded very slow. He sounded like he had Down syndrome. He sounded like his aunt and uncle is his parents. Oh no! For me, it's all good for me. I did that. I did that so you guys can hear the mentality of the people that will sit there on the phone for an hour, stalking black people. That's why I sat there and let him talk. It wasn't even. That's why I didn't even get mad at it. There's nothing for me to get mad about, because what he wanted to do, he wanted me to get upset and fly off of the handle. And no, you don't do that. You let them say some things, and then you show people and teach people. It's a teachable moment, right? You teach people. This is the mentality of the people that's following black people. No matter what we do, We can be talking at freaking 5:33 in the morning, and they're here trolling, following black people. This is what they're doing. This is exactly what they're doing. Well, thank you, Darnell. Not that, man. That's awesome, Darnell. Thank you. After dealing with that definitely mental patient. Appreciate it. But that's the mentality of people that we have, that they are taught the moment they barely can talk to say that word. And that word doesn't bother me. That's why he could say it till he blue in the face. I'm not that. Like I tell people, it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. Yeah, they obsessed, Alicia. Yeah, they obsessed. I mean, that's proof. To me, that's proof right there. 53 minutes you sat on the line waiting for 53 minutes. I can get it if he maybe would have called at the beginning and just got in quick, but I'm not going to sit there 53 minutes and listen. And then on the Blog Talk Radio, you sitting there listening to all the callers. So he said that listening to everything for 53 minutes to do that. Oh no, it's because I don't get upset by that. I get it. It's nothing to get upset about. Actually, like say he was entertaining me, but I wanted you guys just to understand the mentality of what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who aren't human. Because human beings with sense don't do things like that. And that's the kind of hybrid that would go shoot up a school, go shoot up a church, and do it to their own people. Actually, not even just, we ain't just talking about black people, because those types, they go do it to their own. And that's why I tell even other white folks, you need to handle them people, because they killing you too. Look at Las Vegas. Look at that church shooting. It was white people. So the white people ain't safe from them. But anyway, yeah, I may have to take that part of the video at the end and definitely share that one somewhere else, just that little last part. But if you guys take that last part and just show the mentality of these people, because that's what he wanted. He wanted me just to go off and yell and that's what he wanted. He wanted that. I knew it. Trust me, I knew it. That's why I didn't even react. I just kind of like, okay. Keep saying it. Even when we before I do wrap up, let me see if I can show you guys this before I wrap up. They have this new website. I can pull it up. Just give me a second. This new website, and we probably gonna talk more about it. Let me get it in my screen. It's called blackjunction.tv. These brothers created something like YouTube, and I've used it. I uploaded a few things, and I'll probably start uploading some videos that I can't upload to YouTube on Black Junction. But let me go on and if you guys aren't using Black Junction, use it. It's the functionality is pretty good from what I can see. Just give me a second. Let me move this over here so I can open this up so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I created a page there. It's blackjunction.tv. Now, as of right now, like, you having problems with YouTube and, or whatever, a lot of brothers and sisters are going over there to this website. I uploaded like about 2 videos. I uploaded a classic video, and I uploaded a video I had actually posted on my website. But let me see if I can show you guys. I kind of did it the small way. This is one video I did here. Uploaded a classic video there. So
the brother sent me a post from Facebook.
As you can see, I kind of got it shrinked up though. But people making comments. So go to blackjunction .tv and create you a page. And like I said, when we have videos that we can't show here because YouTube's terms of service or different guidelines that they're having with the situation, that. Or if you just worrying about YouTube messing with you, go to blackjunction.tv, create you a page over there, and you ain't got to worry about nobody taking your stuff down. That's what I'm suggesting. The other brother trying to do live streaming there. He's trying to raise $25,000. Now I need to talk to that brother. I need to find out all the owners, because he said it's like 3 owners, and I want to know if all of them are brothers. I need to know. That's important for me to know. Before I just try to throw my 100% support and try to see what we can do to help out. But they definitely do need live streaming, because live streaming is very important. And also, with brother Dario over there at the Black Spot, he's trying to get Black Spot TV going as well. We need to help those 2 brothers get these platforms going. That's part of doing the work. It's helping these brothers get the platform going. And there's no reason why, we as a community couldn't come through, for them. And if we come through, I definitely gonna follow up and say, hey, all right, what's going on? Because we need these platforms. We need these platforms. I understand about that cryptocurrency, but we need to invest into black people. Make sure we invest into that, and then we go on. Okay, that's what we need to do. So make sure you go. Hold on, so yeah, it is. So make sure you go to HAT. Is that a P? No, that's an O. PS. Hold on, That's the website, Black Junction. Yeah, you say the Raw family. Yeah, True Raw family. Yeah, people are starting to go over there, and go over there. Create you a page. I mean, it's a black site. That'd be good. So anyway, you say we need to stop putting the black label on business names. Not wise. I wouldn't do that. Now, I do agree with you. I wouldn't do that. No name I'm going to have is going to have black anything in it, because I just understand the system, but I don't knock anybody who do have it. Okay. And I still will support them if they have something going on. Because you know what? Something could jump off. I mean, look at the name Twitter. You know what I'm saying? What kind of name is Twitter? But yet now Twitter is a name, or Facebook. Look at those names. You say I'm tweeting. I mean, who used the word tweets? Unless now it's everywhere. So, it just depends. But I want to support our brothers and sisters. We definitely, need black women to take over the hair care industry. They need to take that over. The agents don't need to be running that, especially if, like the sisters say, if they're looking at black skin as a bad look, but it's not bad look taking black people money. No, why that's not bad look? I mean, anything coming from a person that has bad luck, obviously you gonna get the bad luck, right? I mean, that's just kind of hypocritical. You register Ron Brown, good. Yeah, everybody register, but I'll create a video or so over there, and then I'll let you guys know here on YouTube and post the link. And then, usually I definitely have maybe 3,000 or so people to go immediately when I do that. And maybe they'll trickle in just how long I had a promo video up. But yeah, just make sure you go over there, create you a page, subscribe to our page over there. And like I said, we'll post videos on Black Junction that we can't post here due to YouTube's rules. So anyway, guys, you have a good day. I know this was a long stream. I'm gonna get up off of here, and you have a good day with the fam, and take care of yourself. Don't get in trouble watching police out there. Them police is on every corner. You know they're trying to watch if you're speeding, thinking you're drunk or whatever. Just don't get them people no ticket money, because they don't need your money like that. They got enough money going on. So we'll get on out of here. We can stop streaming.